Hey, Lisa. Fam. Monday Night Raw. Hey, and remember all of the Monday Night Raws we've had, they were definitely raw. And when I say raw, by definition, Monday Night Raw started out being a night where we vented how much we did not appreciate our San Francisco 49ers. Now, yes, there have been times, of course, when there were moments when we did finally say we were ashamed, and we had a lot of those. Henceforth, we said, let's just go ahead and get raw on Monday nights. Don't hold back. We know we love our team. Let it all hang out. We ain't doing that yet. We did some last year, but with circumstances being the way they were, it was warranted. So tonight's Monday Night Raw is just about, hey, maybe Kyle Shanahan's got a Monday Night Raw. I'll tell you about that right now. Let me tell you about the injuries, though. Over a conference call yesterday, Coach Shanahan announced one new injury that was unknown immediately after the game. It seems Elijah Lee had a thumb surgery and will be sidelined for 2 weeks. And he suffered just in that game. And there you go. Now you've got an excuse. If you're a huge Elijah Lee fan like I've been, now you give Elijah an excuse. He's got some composition. Elshar, who I knew he was going to be in the mix. I told you that before the season started. I said, who's this guy, Elshar? Okay, anyway. He's got to deal with that. Shanahan reports that the remainder of the injuries are short-term. Raheem Mostert's got a concussion. He's in protocol. Trent Taylor, as you know, 4 to 6 weeks is the prediction on him coming back from that Jones fracture surgery, which pretty much just includes a screw putting in his foot in order to make that heal. Also, DJ Jones, a knee. He's week to week, though. Marcel Harris has got a stinger. I imagine it's probably a hip, probably. It could be a shoulder. He's good to practice, though, so he's okay. He's tough. And Najee Tarrant, hand, but he's good to go, too. See, these guys, already, I think the sports science people are having their effect. Now, usually, last year, all these guys would have been out for weeks, possibly into the season, put on the IR. They're coming back, all right? So they're getting it. And I suspect as soon as that program takes really full hold, these guys will get even better and better at sustaining at least health that they can play during the course of the season. And hopefully the news will get some good news. The news will be good for safety Jimmy Ward. Only for you, Rob. Hey. Jimmy Ward goes in for x-rays this week to see how that collarbone is healing. He was activated for the physically unable to perform or the PUP list, but is just yet to be cleared for contact. I'm telling you right now, you're going to be happy with my boy Jimmy. Mrs. Ward's baby boy, J-Dub, is going to get it done back there. Because I'm only Tavares Moore. I do see him pushing J-Dub, though, if not beating him. Well, we'll see. All right. Hey, by the way, fans, the 49ers win over the Cowboys meant nothing more but then to see who on the team is worth keeping and to get a feel for how well the 2019 draft picks handle hostile competition. Of course, the Cowboys didn't really bring any hostile competition. They brought the Cowboys. And, of course, you know, it wasn't really anything special. we were all excited, though, with what we saw from the new wide receivers. Coach Shanahan, meanwhile, immediately went into coach mode on us after the game about his new kids. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Boy, Shanahan, what are you talking about putting water on people smoking, man? Meanwhile, the 49ers have already signed another offensive tackle to replace Shon Coleman, who sustained a season-ending Saturday night injury. The team has picked up former Miami Dolphins tackle Sam Young to take a look at. And did you know that the Eagles are rooting for Jordan Matthews to make the 49ers squad? And not because he sucks or anything, but I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But let me go ahead and get into this. It appeared Deebo Samuel and Jalen Hurts separated from all the receivers on the current roster with their smash-mouth football style this past night, right? As far as I was concerned, they were a refreshing throwback when men were men. And if not, stay off the gridiron. Right. Can I get an amen on that? Yeah, come on. These guys came in and would not be denied. Get out of the way. Boy, that's what they're talking about. Fact is, Trent Taylor has been the 49ers' most consistent receiver in training camp. But he underwent foot surgery Friday, as I just mentioned, is expected to be out until early in the regular season. 49ers still are waiting for most of their receivers to step up. Rookies Jalen and Debo, though, appear to be coming along just fine. Third-round pick Jalen Hurd caught 2 touchdown passes. Debo, coming from a round earlier in the draft, had 2 catches for 61 yards, including a 45-yarder of pure machismo. This is the rest of it. I can't even talk about it without getting crazy, man. Kyle Shanahan was only mildly impressed. After watching film of the game, Shanahan reports that there still has yet to be a wide receiver to set himself apart amongst this group. Shanahan said, quote, each guy's a little bit different, but we've got a bunch of guys who can play, and I want someone to make the decision easy for us. I want someone to take the job and make it to where it's extremely obvious. We haven't had that yet. We have a bunch of young guys who are extremely hungry, and they're going for it. We've got some other guys who have been here who have also been that way, but I think guys are very evenly matched right now, and I want someone to step it up. Boy, Shanahan ain't playing, man. He's going to make this team into a champion, and walking around here having, hey, one hot day does not a summer make as far as Kyle's concerned. I'm feeling him on this, though. After having said that, Coach commenced to reel in his compliments of his rookie receivers, Debo Samuel and Jalen Hurd, just a little bit. Shanahan said, quote, the rookies, they made some good plays last night, but they also weren't very consistent either. There's a lot of parts about their game, and they have to clean it up. And I thought it was very similar in the veterans, too. Kyle. He says you expect the veterans to be out there making some plays like they did a few times, but they also made mistakes. I thought the whole group played decent, but we need to be a lot sharper all around. Quote, Coach, get in there. Get in that ass. You know what? I got to appreciate this. You know, because I didn't think about that while we was hooping and hollering and carrying on and jumping up and down, and I bouncing off the walls and acting like a fool, like I always do. Kyle's looking back at, they ain't did nothing, man. Y'all need to calm down, pump the brakes, because them boys got a long way to go before I say they doing all right. Oh, I like that attitude. Don't never let anybody on this team get the idea that he's good. We don't need no Antonio Brown folks coming in next year talking about I don't like my helmet. We don't need no OBJ coming in talking about to get to the media and tell him what he doesn't appreciate about the team. These guys are going to be hardcore. Within the next 2 years, the discipline ain't going to be like Navy SEALs out there, man. Why? Because their head's in the right place. Shanahan's going to know how to raise these kids. I'm telling you right now. Fam, the 49ers lost swing tackle Shon Coleman, as you know, to fractured fibula and a dislocated ankle that will keep Coleman out for a few months. With Coleman landing on the IR, this morning the team signed former Miami Dolphins offensive tackle Sam Young. Young has played in the NFL for a decade and has 21 starts in 88 games, having gone through Dallas, Buffalo, Jacksonville, Miami. I always have this thing about guys who've made the entire NFL tour. So, I don't know. He was a 6th-round pick in 2010, draft spending the last 3 seasons with the Dolphins. Last season, he played 121 snaps, 85 at right tackle, 28 at left tackle. So he has a lot of versatility, apparently, and the other 8 snaps came on an inline tight end assignments. Okay, I'm a little impressed. He's got flexibility. Fam, here's the thing. I'm looking at the compensatory draft pick situation for the Eagles concerning Jordan Matthews, which is hilarious. Now, the Eagles will be rooting for Jordan Matthews to make the San Francisco 49ers 53-man roster for the 2019 season, but not for any other but selfish reasons. As it is currently stands, the Eagles are projected to receive 2 compensatory picks in the 20 NFL draft for losing both Nick Foles and Golden Tate in free agency. But a lot depends on what happens. Here's a story. As it currently stands, the Eagles are projected to receive 2 compensatory picks, as I mentioned, in the 2020 draft for losing both Foles and Tate. And I'm looking at this chart. You know what? For people like Phil who could really read charts, and really make full sense of it, you may want to check out the compensatory pick situation with the Eagles and why they want us to keep Jordan Matthews. There used to be some thought, apparently, the Eagles would cut at least one Andrew Sendejo or L.J. Forey, that the team would have to lose a fourth-round pick they'd otherwise receive for Jordan Hicks coming from the Cardinals. That clearly won't be happening. Sendejo is a lock to make the team as the Eagles' third safety. He played well, and he's also been praised by the coaching staff. Ford is also a lock to make the Eagles roster, especially with Camus Grugier-Hill missing time with an MCL injury. Now, to make a long story short, I'm going to cut to the chase. If the 49ers don't keep Matthews on their 53-man roster until Week 10, he will no longer count towards the Eagles' comp pickup formula. This means the Eagles would lose a 2024 round comp pick they're currently projected to receive for losing Tate. Tate, by the way, went down with an injury yesterday. You see that? The only comp pick the Eagles would get is a 2023 round selection for losing Foles. So there's a real chance, though, that J-Man actually gets cut. Unfortunately, for the Eagles, the answer to the question is yes. Some recent 53-man roster projections from Niners Nation and ESPN both have the 49ers keeping 6 receivers, with none of them being Jordan Matthews. It's not like he's hard to cut from a financial perspective either. The 49ers can clear just over $1.4 million in cap space compared to only $300,000 in dead money by releasing Matthews. Now, on the bright side, Matthews does have some factors working in his favor. First of all, the 49ers don't need to cut Matthews to protect themselves from losing a comp pick. They've already signed too many free agents to qualify for that anyway. So, Coach Kyle Shanahan didn't rule out the possibility the team could keep 7 receivers. 49ers are dealing with some injuries at that position, with starting slot receiver Trent Taylor expected to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, as I mentioned earlier, and a broken pinky toe. Marquise Goodwin also recently suffered an undisclosed lower body injury that I'm just now finding out about right now. Nobody said anything about that. So, J-Mat's probably going to make the team due to the fact, just by attrition, we don't have enough people to cover all these spots. You make that take that from you. Take that from it what you will. I really don't know who's going to make this roster. It's pretty scary as far as wide receivers. That is indeed the most scariest choice of people on the team. Everybody else, you see the defensive line, how it's forming. The wide receivers, like Kyle says, man, one of them dudes has got to step up, man. I'm tired of looking at these dudes stepping out. I missed out on, we looked at Antonio Brown. We said pass on that. We went after OBJ. We failed. You guys can obviously see we're trying to upgrade. Take the position or we're going to continue this search. So maybe this is going to set a fire in you guys. Dante Pettis, of whom we talked about yesterday. Dante, stop fooling around. Get out there and take the job. Honestly, fam, I'll tell you the truth. Dante Pettis has more skills probably than Debo and Jalen. I said more skills. Now, I didn't say he's a better football player, but I am saying skill for skill, Dante Pettis is in a class by himself. The things he does are not normal, okay? Now, Jalen Hurts and Debo are great football players, and they're going to be very good. And one of them could emerge as number 1. But it'll be because Dante Pettis allowed it, is my feeling on that. And we'll see how that works from here. Let's go ahead and check out things here. Anthony Baker says, hey, great work. Love what you do for the Niner family. Anthony, Memphis, I want to thank you for joining in on us out here. You know what I'm saying? The Niner Empire is just everywhere. Everywhere. We love it. And we want to touch everybody. Easy the Third says, what's up, Niner fam? Roger Villaneda. What's up? Can I get some red and gold up because we beat the Cowgirls? You know what to do. Let me give you some red and gold right now. Sprinkle that on Raj, man, because this is Trez's supply, but I'm going to give it to you, Raj, because Trez, man, he don't need all of it. And anyway, go hard. Guy, what's up? Go hard. And Sack Francisco, he's just pushing them. That's all. I don't recall any other rookie receivers hauling in 2 DTs. That's the truth, too. Coach is looking for someone to emerge as a true dominant receiver. # coaching strategy. You know it. Ray Jr. says, hey, your voice sounds a little cracked. I did, didn't I? That's because I was hollering so much on Saturday. I can't even talk for 2 days. Rod Mann says next Monday will be Monday Night Raw. Oh, man. Don't we play next Monday? I think we do, Rod. I think we play Denver Monday night. So we'll go ahead and get that on Tuesday. Slick68 says, what's up, Ronbo? Kendrick Bourne and Dante Pettis will have great games versus the Broncos. I think they will because they got embarrassed. Okay? Both of them know better than that. Dropping a gimme? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in your face at your play. I'm thinking raw. I saw the word raw. Rod, you're absolutely right. My bad. Brutus is catching me up every day. I make a mistake, but they get my butt. Antoine, speedy battle. Hey, Elisa gone. At least he's gone 99. Oh, thanks for doing what you do. Hit those likes, everybody. Antoine, can you see your fam? Tell Lisa I said 99. Not a rich Marcel Harris, though. He was all over that field. That dude's got some hustle in him. Man. And Critical Sheet Metal Apprentice. I'm going to let this rest. I'm going to stop hollering for a few minutes because, Monday night will be here before you know it. I'm out of holler. Miguel Cuevas, what's up, fam? Derek Dawson, T-Moore will start him and Harris. but my boy, you know what? If Dub does not pass this X-ray, though, there's a big quality. They could shut him down for putting him. Well, they only got 2 spots they could put in IR, and Jerick McKinnon might be occupying one of them. And we already know Trent Taylor's on one of them, so, we'll see. And Josh says, hey, Shanahan straight up said that he wants Pettis to compete, and he still needs to grow. You still think Pettis is starting? Yeah. No matter what we think about Pettis, the freak is actually the most talented kid on the street. So you know what? I'm gonna stay with Pettis. I do hope though. I love me some Debo and Jalen. I ain't lying, man. Let me go to hey Dre, come on in, man.
What's up with it? What's up with it, Ronbo? What's going on?
Dre, man, I want to recall back to the days when we was playing ball. Remember, no matter how you was doing or how anybody else was doing on the team, all y'all ain't did shit. Show me something. I mean, you had your moment. Yeah. All right, get up, because this moment don't mean nothing. Let's move on to the next one. If you can do that more than 2 or 3 times, I may give you a pack of chewing gum.
Yeah. No,
I got you, Coach.
Hand the ball to the referee and get your ass back to the huddle. No celebrate, get your ass back to the huddle. Hand the ball up back to the ref. Act like you've been here before.
And done it before.
That's what I was told.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a different day and age, though. It's a different day and age. So.
True. Got to be some psychology out there. And Dre, you mentioned something there that makes. How do you let a player know that he's on the right path? At least it's interesting. But what are your thoughts on us getting a number 1 receiver, and who do you think's going to finally emerge as that number 1?
Well, I think with having 1 preseason game where we broke the NFL record for most penalties called in a preseason game, it's really hard to judge when you have what do we have, like 20, was it 19 or 21 starters who didn't even
30?
It might have even been more than that.
I think we got. Yeah, I thought I counted 30.
I don't know
in total.
If it was 30. I think it might have been 21 or 22 starters who didn't even enter the game. This game was good to judge, what young guys are going to be dependable, what young guys could possibly be breakout players, what young guys could possibly start. From the get-go, Dre Greenlaw, good Lord have mercy.
No doubt.
Ball hawk, wherever the ball is, wherever, remember that, my buddy, wherever he go, we go, my buddy, that was Dre Greenlaw. He was on that ball. You know what I'm saying? I was very intrigued to see that.
And Marcel Harris is right behind him on every play.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You know what I mean? A big FU to NFL Network. They said that they were going to show our game, and then they had the damn Chiefs playing. So Ronbo wasn't even able to watch the game until the next day at 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? Damn. I was very pissed off. I was actually very irritated. It kind of ruined my day.
Well,
I didn't call in last night. Yeah, but But yeah, so what I seen was Dre Greenlaw's definite starter. That still doesn't mean for me. That still doesn't mean cut Malcolm Smith because Elijah Lee. Oh my God, he looks horrible.
He's
I
hurt
just
too.
can't do it.
Yeah.
Akilo Witherspoon once showed again he has no fucking ball skills whatsoever. Akilo, just turn your head. Turn your head, locate the ball, and swipe and make a play on the damn ball. He can't do it. Ronbo, for the life of me, he can't do it.
He embarrassed me.
He
I've been
can't do
saying
it.
good things
Hey,
about
and
him
I was
too.
actually
I apologize.
bro, no, he's been balling out. He's been balling out. I'm not here to be fake, bro. He's been balling out. You know what I'm saying? I can't be fake. But damn, bro, turn your head and locate the ball and make a play on the ball. You just can't use your athletic ability, bro. It just can't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Get positions.
Third note, Contavia Street. You know what I'm saying? 4 tackles, three tackles for loss. That's huge. And he didn't play. He only played, I think, the first 2 quarters. So I mean, if you play another 2 quarters, that's 8 tackles, 6 tackles for loss. That's huge.
He makes the team. I guarantee he makes the team.
He definitely did his thing. We also had another brother that was like of Hawaiian or some type of island. Oh my God,
Jeremiah!
I think we found one, Ronbo. I think we found one. I mean, it was against second and third stringers, but you know what I'm saying? He got in there a couple of times and almost made a sack, you know what I'm saying, in the first quarter.
Two.
So
and could have came close to getting 3.
Yeah. The fourth thing that I've seen is that, Ronbo, there's something with the NFL that they have against the San Francisco 49ers. There's no way in hell that refs should be throwing that many flags in a damn game. And what was that when we caused when we forced a fumble and then they called one penalty, then waved that one off and called another one illegal contact? That just shows, bro, the NFL has something against the Niners, bro. And then you're supposed to show our game live on NFL Network, and then you show the Chiefs. I'm in the Northwest. This is still the West Coast.
And Dre,
what is going on?
Dre, it gets better. Go read some of the articles on the game. It says Dak Prescott throws 6 for 6, and still, but the Cowboys lose, or they something to the 49ers. I said, wait, your lead line is Dak Prescott,
he wasn't even 6
but
for 6.
they lost.
He was 4 for 4 for 23 yards, Ronbo. Let's be real. And then you know what happened on ESPN? After the game, they showed the highlights, Ronbo. Do you know that they showed 6 highlights and all of them were Dallas Cowboys?
Sure.
They even showed when he threw the ball, he tipped the ball up, and when the ball got tipped by Contavia Street, and then he caught the ball, he's like, that's amazing that he can keep his eye on the ball like that. I said, man, get the fuck up out of here,
That was Sheldon Day. And you know what? That's fine.
They did not show one highlight. They did not show one of our highlights, Ronbo, on ESPN.
And we had several of them. Could have showed them touchdowns, but they could have said Jalen Hurd was the star of the day. No, we can't say that. Got to talk about Dak.
Hey, man, this is crazy, bro. Another thing, I'm trying to make it short. I know we got a lot of people. Another thing that I saw is when we first drafted Jalen Hurd and Deebo Samuel, I was one of the guys who said I like Deebo, but I think Jalen's going to be better. And
there you go.
Does Jalen? Hey, now I'm gonna make this comparison again because I've said it once before. Okay, Jalen Hurd looks just like his name was in my head. He looks just like Brandon Marshall. He looks just like Brandon Marshall, bro. He looks just like Brandon Marshall, bro. Except he's faster and he has a little bit more burst. But man, his physicality. He looks just like a B. Marshall, bro, except like, one that's yoked. You know what I mean? So I was happy to see that. And the deep, we had some young DBs that really played good. Tavares Moore, you know what I mean? I think we did a damn good job, but I just think that the league, Dallas Cowboys are America's team. They didn't win even in the preseason game.
Dre, we need to stop. We need to stop. But tell you what.
Yeah, man.
You know what? We got practice tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow. And let's do some more.
Oh yeah, hey, let me do this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Can I get let me holler at you real quick.
Dre, you know what? We're so far over time. Can you give it to me tomorrow, okay? All right, fam. Appreciate you, Dre.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah. Shout out to TNT fam. All right, go.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We got Miguel says, can you give a shout out to Moo at the BP gas station? MU. Your name is MU. I said, Moo at the BP gas station. What's up, Moo? 48. If Moose a 49er fan, Moo, you know, man, if you're a friend of Miguel's, you're a friend of mine. 49ers and Rockets Rider. Hey, I like the San Fran gold hat. Yeah, I know, right? I don't wear it. I just realized I was sitting there. I said, "Oh man, get that hat, Ronbo." Young God uptown DC in the building, and Brian Cope said, "Ronbo, dude, it's 9 time." Brian Cope, and he gave wave out the kisses to the Cope family, all that good stuff they've been giving me. Hey, Melee, what's up, big homie? What's up, Melee? Slick 68, Ronbo. Did you see Good Morning Football all of a sudden showing us love? I saw Shregs. I posted him up on IG, boy, talking about Hurd, Samuel. 973 Harrison, New Jersey. Sup? New Jersey. It's late out in Jersey, boy. I tell you, man, it's like 10 something, right? Yeah. Harrison, New Jersey, come on in. We're looking for you. 973 New Jersey, the Garden State of the Tri-City area. Oh. Ooh, let me bring in Rod. Wait. Niners! What if I loosen it up? I loosen up Rod. Rod.
My boy Ronbo, what it do, baby?
Man, Rod, I'm just sitting back here tripping, man. I was laughing when I read about Kyle. Says, man, y'all getting too excited. You calm down here. It's what you need to do. Debo and Jalen, good. That was yesterday. Now what they go do for me next? Get them, coach. Get them. Work them. So you know, I'm delighted. Kyle's gonna keep that whip snapping. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, we ain't heard nothing about you from the whole game. So, Rod, jump on in there about our new prodigies. Anything you may have taken in from the game that you ain't told us about yet? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think Jalen Hurd was definitely, he was exciting. It was very exciting watching him, man. I feel like he made Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard look good with his play. And I'm curious, man. You know the type of brain Kyle Shanahan has.
Ooh,
You know, he kind of remind you of Jim Harbaugh. You know how Jim Harbaugh never would show you his best hand during the preseason.
Oh, it's all vanilla. Yeah.
Right. So, but I mean, as far as the receiving core as a whole, Debo Samuel definitely had me feeling ecstatic with the catches that he made. I think, you know, we were talking here on the chat line. I made a prediction that I think, man, probably by week 12, my gut feeling tells me Debo's going to be the number one, and I think Shanahan already had that in his mindset. And I think that, you know, Pettis going to be fine, but I think Pettis is going to be a solid number two. That's just my thought.
Could be.
But when it's all said and done, don't forget about George Kittle.
See,
no, he didn't. He wasn't.
George does
Go ahead.
because of his category. You know what? Actually, we have a number one receiver, but he's not
right.
By his ID card does not say wide receiver. It says tight end. So yeah, we got one of the best receivers in the league, actually. But you know, that is what it is.
And I mean, I guess my biggest question mark is going to be, will George Kittle's agility be good enough to require that type of defensive attention that it can free some of these new guys that we have open?
Depend on it.
You know?
I'd bank on it. Ain't nobody going to let George Kittle run all over him this year. I mean, they're going to have special setups and schemes trying to stop him, but that's still going to work in Kyle Shanahan's favor because you only got 11 guys, and Kyle's going to recognize what you're doing right away because that's how sharp he is. And they probably expect some certain schemes because the defense coach is going to get together and everything and see what they're going to anticipate. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of guys freed up because of George Kittle.
Yeah, I think so too, man. And, you know, on another note, I know we're talking about the receivers right now, man, but I was definitely motivated by what I saw from that defense, man. That defensive line, god damn, that defensive line.
And
That defensive
everybody
line gonna
wasn't
be
there
something
yet.
serious.
Boy.
I know. Did you see Street Man?
I couldn't stop watching. That one replay they showed where he was just brute strength. The offensive lineman, sweat was flying off his head. He was teeth grit. He's sitting there trying to hold, and Contavious just kept coming. Just kept on coming, driving him back. Reached around there and grabbed that dude. Look, Contavious!
Right.
Oh,
Right.
God! Oh,
Right.
man, I like it. Ooh, that dude is
Yeah,
powerful.
man. I love it, man. I'm just really, really. Well, I want to see Debo, man. I mean, I'm sorry, not Debo. I want to see. I'm ready to see Nick Bosa.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I'm ready to see it, man. I'm just so ready to see it. I know they said that he's not going to play during the preseason, but
I
I feel
wish.
like I kind of feel like these coaches they are teasing us, man.
It's trying to keep everybody at the field because how many we counted all those guys on the IR, and I mean not IR, but I mean the inactive list. Man,
Yeah,
28 dudes. That man, the 49ers said, man, ain't nobody getting hurt here in no useless game against no damn Cowboys. So I look for that to
right.
happen all preseason long, Rod.
I hope that's what it is, man. I really hope that's what the mindset is. You know, and I mean, as always, guys, I said this on the chat line too. It's still just week one. You know, week one of preseason at that. So it's too early to speculate anything. But I will say those little things that I mentioned were things that really had me motivated because those are things that I was really looking forward to seeing. And last but not least, the watching the free safety battle as well. I mean, I was just like I said before, just week one, man.
True. We need to wait.
We got to give them up to at least week three.
We need to wait. Yeah, because no telling what's going to happen against this Denver team. And I got a feeling a lot of guys that showed up this past week are going to come back a little hard. So we're going to see these guys going to push each other to great heights due to shame. And
Yeah,
shame
I think
can be a
so.
very useful tool in this situation. I'm glad to see it.
Before I go, Ronbo, I'm gonna say one more thing too, man. Look out for that damn running back position. I think that we're gonna get a. I'm just looking out for. I think it's gonna be a surprise this year, man. I think it's gonna be a surprise in that backfield this year. I don't know what the surprise is gonna be, but
It's not going to be what
I
you
smell it
expected,
right,
right?
man.
Yeah. All
I'm
right.
telling you, man. It's the writing is kind of on the wall, and like you, I'm pulling for Jet, but these guys know what's going on better than we do. We're not at practice, but I think it's gonna be a surprise.
I like
It'll be
surprises.
interesting, though. We'll see.
All right.
Me too.
All right, Rod. Hey, Rod,
Shit,
let me get
send me
back here
out.
tomorrow if you get some time, fam. Hey, I'm gonna
Most
do that.
definitely. Yeah, send me.
Later. For the ride.
Boy, I needed that. It's been too long. Y'all hold it down, Empire. One
All
love,
right,
baby.
Rod. We love you, fam. Talk to you later. All right.
No doubt.
Hey, and let me jump on over here and check out and see what Lewis is talking about. Lewis.
No.
Lewis.
What's up, Ronbo?
Lewis, man, I'm sitting there
Hey,
just
Ronbo.
anticipation is making me crazy. I got 28 guys sitting on the bench, and I got the rest of them out there giving the Cowboys hell. Boy, ooh,
Right.
Lewis, what?
No, yeah, Ronbo. I'm watching film right now again. Yeah, I mean, Ronbo. The one thing I gotta say is the Niners came to play. I understand that it was preseason, but they brought the energy that we wanted to see, especially as fans. Again, it's all over mentality and changing the culture and the losing ways. So I'm really happy about that. But yeah, just some notes I took watching Greenlaw look really great. I think we should just rest him for the rest of the preseason, or let him play one more game and then let him start. I mean, I've
Good
seen enough.
idea.
They said Dak was 4 for 4. They said Dak was 4 for 4. Well, one pass doesn't even really count because he threw it to himself. It was a batted ball, so
NFL could, or I've seen Skip Bayless saying something about that too. Ridiculous. He did that against the second string. Nonetheless, doesn't matter. Dak
That's
was
right.
4 for 4 on that drive, and guess what? Dre Greenlaw was 4 for 4 with tackles. So, just the fact
and no
that
touchdown, by the way. All right, nobody said anything
right,
about
and
that. He couldn't get it in.
right, right, and then piggyback off what Dre was saying earlier, my TC brother. Um, Again, ball hawk just finds his way to be around the ball, makes plays around the ball. Wherever you see 57 just somewhere swarming. So I was really happy about that. I think he's done enough for me to see that, like, yeah, man, this guy rallies really good. He has a nose for where the ball is, and he finds it and he tracks it. So I'm already telling right now, he's ready to start over Marcus Smith. And yeah, Elijah Lee was looking kind of atrocious, but they also had another linebacker, number 46. I didn't know his number. I don't know his number. I don't know if he can tell you or post it in the chat. Was it him? He was looking fast. I know he blew up a screen and he blew up a run, one rushing play. He blew up something behind the backfield too. So I'm looking at him.
And the tackle blew up the whole screen. Between
that's what I'm saying.
Between him and also that tackle made on a special teams tackle, I'm trying to remember which one was the most dramatic tackle of the night. I mean, boom! Just stop right now. Don't drag me. Don't do that. Go down. I said, look at that.
Yeah, he came flying in. And I remember I just seen him on the backfield. And also too, like Jalen Hurd looking really good. I don't know really. I don't want to give too much credit to Jalen Hurd. I think it's just the compliments to the Kyle Shanahan system. No matter what, he'll put up points. Because it was a simple crossing route that he just had to get over the linebacker, and he found, Nick found him right in the hole, and he
Lewis,
put his head down and
I think most of Dante wouldn't have made it. Kendrick wouldn't have made it.
Oh no, most definitely. That's
what I'm saying.
That's the thing.
I think that's what made that play special.
Like, hey, this kid, right? I mean, just again going back to him fighting with his teammates in training camp. Bringing that type of energy. I think that's what Kyle has seen, like that dog in him. So he knows, like, hey, man, if I have a guy that goes through the middle, I know Jalen is going to fight for extra yards. And I think that's what, to me, stood out of everything. Like, I think the route was ran good. I don't want to, give too much credit. I just think that was what the scheme was. But like I said, that fact that he knew he was in a situation like, hey, if he catches his ball and he has some space, he's going to try to score a touchdown. And he did. He put his head down. He put that running back mentality in, and he went forward, and he trucked. But he didn't truck, but he fell forward. He fell forward for a good like 3 to 4 yards, and got himself into the end zone, which I really liked. And I'm like, that's the kind of energy I like from Jalen. And then another note though is definitely Street was out there wreaking havoc. He blew up a couple run plays. It was second and inches, and he made it like 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 in the first quarter. So he was looking really good. The only thing I would have to say is that I think he actually should be interior. I've seen him rushing off the edge a lot, which is natural position. He's DN, but he would actually blow through the second or third string tackles. But he was just too slow. Ronbo, he was just too slow, and that's something you really can't teach in the NFL is speed. Every time he blew past him, the ball was already leaving the hands. I think he can be the same disruptor.
He's got a lot of speed, though. I want to see. You know what? He may be still favoring that knee because they said in the beginning of camp he was still moving around. Like mentally, he may not be ready to explode yet. Let's watch. This is what it looks like in 3 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. No. Definitely. I'm definitely gonna watch. But I was just saying from the first first thoughts or first what I've seen, first impressions. He looks great. He's doing everything we wanted to. Granted, some people are like, well, that's to get second string, but I mean, he's been playing second string his whole career. I mean, technically this is his first real year
since he came in the league.
Fresh redshirted last year, but I mean, he only had snaps against second stringers too. So for him to dominate like he did, he really stood out, and which I really liked. Ronbo, I feel like that to me that was just a positive point. Like he was in there in the rush game. I seen him get doubled from the tackle and tight end. I was just seeing him make a lot of plays, but I just seen some plays where Brandon Rush was in the, he came or he beat the tackle around the edge, but he had to go so far out by the time Brandon Rush, was already releasing the ball. So I was kind of like, oof, maybe if we line him up interior-wise and have him wreak havoc that way. So
because he's got enough strength.
I'm just watching a play right now. 2nd and 5. I'm just watching it right now. 2nd and 5. he comes around the edge, but Brandon Rush has too much time again, and by the time he gets there, he's already releasing the ball.
There you go,
But
sir.
he's beating his man, though, which I like to see, though.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
you
he's
want
got
to
that
see.
speed.
He's beating his man.
Lewis, remember one thing. This dude runs less than a 5.
Right.
He runs a 4 or something. Can you imagine? So we'll see. He's got to get ready, but he's got to get in
I
shape.
didn't even know that.
This dude can jam.
No, he does have to get in game shape, Rumble. So I'm excited, though. But,
Lewis,
absolutely, Rumble.
We got to hold up because it's getting late.
Absolutely, Rumble.
All right, fam.
I hear it. But shout out to my TNT brothers, Dre, Trez, Will, Russo, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, all of them. TNT Connections, man. But thanks, Rumble. Thank you for all that you do.
Thanks,
and
Lewis.
I'll see you later, Rumble.
All right, fam. Have a good night. Enjoy them clips. All right.
You too.
Yes,
sir.
Let me see Callie because I want to get that straight right now. A lot of times, fam, when you get hung up on the phone, remember one thing. We don't hang people up. If something happens to you, it's the system will cause and do weird things. I lost this clip here, but somewhere. But I did see Callie say like I hung him up like something. Anyway, that is not the case. And we apologize for you waiting for a long time like that. But as I say, I'll repeat this as much as I can. When you get hung up, we didn't do it. No, we would not do that to anybody that's been waiting for a long time. What happens is a system shuts down on, and I don't know, I've talked to them, I don't understand. Well, we have, you know how they give you the tech mumbo jumbo. So that's the thing. Anyway, my apologies. Hey, Rob! Come on in, Rob!
Ronbo.
Yeah, Rob, are you impressed with Jalen Hurd, Debo Samuel? And if you were coaching them, would you let them know, under no uncertain terms, have you guys done anything more than had a day? And let's see if you can develop consistency. And that is how you make a star. Yes.
Oh yeah. They didn't Hurd. He just like what's that? That receiver from the Falcons.
It could be the legendary Julio.
Julio, there it is.
Yeah.
It looks
He's
like
big and strong.
real aggressive.
He's got good speed. Yeah.
And we know what Kyle Shanahan can do with that. So, but I'm liking the receivers. I'm liking everything on the offense. Very impressed with CJ and Mullins, and I think we're going to have a good backup. I'm dying to see what Jimmy's thinking about.
Kyle's still hedging like, I've not made up my decision yet. You guys assume it's going to be Nick Mullins. Well, I got news for you. Nick will be coming in behind CJ after Jimmy G this week. Kyle, man, why you wanna hurt her feelings like that, man? What's up? I keep wondering, what is Kyle doing? Rob, can I share really quickly one theory I have? I think
go ahead.
The 49ers, I think they're in hike the value mode. You know what I mean? Kyle's making it seem like both of my quarterbacks to me are equal. And he's probably already made up his mind it's going to be Nick Mullins, but he'd like to get a deal for either one of them. If they can get a 4th-round pick for either one, I think the 49ers will do that because the 49ers are good at picking up picks in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds. Am I right? So you see, this is a ploy. They're spiking the market to see what they can get. Because, Rob, you know damn well Nick is the safest pick behind him. Behind Jimmy.
Oh, it is. By far. And I see Nick showed a lot to me last year when he took over. And that's all I needed to see. I mean, we've had many times when CJ had the ball, he threw a lot of interceptions. And but he is a tough guy. He can take some hits. But I like Nick Mullins a lot better than CJ on that one. And he'll probably wait at the last minute to make his decision, and somebody will want to trade for him, and hope it's a good pick, But I'm pretty excited though about our receiving core this time. I think stuff on with the Cowboys I'm just dying to wait till the first string gets out there, with Jimmy and all the options out there and the explosive players that we're going to have. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a top 5 offense, top 5 defense this year. And, that's pretty scary, Well, I'm just liking the team all the way around. Pretty excited. I was never so excited to see a preseason game in so many years,
Finally, right? One that you can depend on as far as not seeing a bunch of garbage running around in the field pretending to be 49ers. So, yeah.
Right.
Those guys are,
and
we had
so
a few,
I'm
though.
pretty excited, man. I'm pretty excited about our second string and third string going against the Cowboys first string. They were just knocking them over, and I'm pretty excited. I almost threw my chips in the air when I seen that, but
brute strength, we got a lot of it. Because between Taylor and Street, the Cowboys are still rubbing ointment and sitting in the jacuzzi. Man, them dudes is beating people up, man. Whoa, go!
But
yeah.
Hey, Cowboys this, Cowboys that, though. That's all I heard on the radio today.
That's America's team. And you can't. And the 49ers, we're considered the weak men of the NFL until we prove otherwise. So next year, because even the headline, Dak Prescott goes 4 for 4, but Cowboys succeed to the 49ers 30. Oh, wow. That's the way it is. Okay, all right. I guess it was an accident we beat them.
And I wish we get to play them in the regular season. But
I know, right? This would be the great year to play them in the regular season, too.
It would. Them and the Raiders.
Oh, no, the Raiders are a waste of time. You know what? The Raiders may be a little better this year than they were last year, though. From what I could see, they look a little better than last year. But still, they ain't as good as we are.
Nope.
Rob!
Nope.
You know this.
I say this year, Niners would either be, I say 11-5.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm staying around there, 10-6, 11-5. Rob, let me see you tomorrow, man.
So,
But tell you what, I'm going to come back after tomorrow's practice because, this week is really weird. So the 49ers took today off. They'll come back and work out tomorrow, and we'll check out, see what happens. All right?
Ronbo, we'll see you later, bud.
All right, Rob. Appreciate you getting in there, fam. Good night.
Good night.
And let's shoot back out to Joyce, 973 Harrison, New Jersey. Hello, New Jersey. Hello. And speaking of New Jersey, I wonder where my dude Paulie is. I ain't talked to him in a long time. Well, you know what? Let's just stay out in Jersey and bring in brother James. James.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, James, I'm having fun. I had to laugh after I realized what I did and everybody else did, laughing and screaming and hollering about Jalen Hurts and Deebo Samuel. And Kyle said, y'all need to calm down, man. This ain't did nothing yet. Kyle, you go, boy. You right. I'm cool. Yeah. So that's where we're at with that. Let them boys grow. Don't let them start thinking they all that yet. So I get it.
Oh yeah. It's a very watered down statement, made by the head coach because he doesn't want to, just, let their ears stand up where they're like, wow, coach is talking to me like that. Let them grow. That's exactly right. But I can't tell you this much. He said that, but at the end of the day, I know that they will. Kyle, in that preseason game, knew that these two guys were good. That's why he drafted them.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't expect that. He doesn't want to.
I know, right?
But,
James, you're so right. He did not see that coming.
Let me tell you, he was walking over on that sideline, and I don't know, when I watch him and knowing, just how much offensive minded he is, he was over there walking on that sideline because he was salivating, probably saying, they have no idea what I'm going to design for them. That's exactly right. After he's seen that kind of production, because it's, I don't think we have a receiver that went out there. Well, maybe Jerry Rice. I don't know if he ever did it, being a rookie, to put up two.
Rice had a so-so rookie year. He just went crazy after that.
Mm-hmm. But you can believe that, it's like open Kyle's eyes wide open, and it's going to be, they're going to, I got a feeling, I'm telling you, it's just me. I guess some people had said, on the chat was, hey, maybe James is smoking weed when I said about Marquise Goodwin. I do believe somebody might be on the cusp, because I don't know if they want to keep actually 7 receivers. They may do it. If they keep 7 receivers, then everybody will stay. But, it's I've seen some interesting things, like I said, from the offense. I mean, the ascension of 2 young rookies, okay, and then the players that we have, where even though they're good players in Kyle's system, some of them, they haven't put up spectacular numbers. You understand? As pass catchers for us. I mean, Dante is going into his 2nd year. And at the end of the day, it's like, there's an issue with him going across the middle. You've got Marquise as well as KD that's had some drops. But, with KD, he can drop a ball. And I love the guy as a receiver. And then he'll go across the middle in traffic and for a congested pass and wind up with it. And you'd be like, wow, where did that come from? But that's the way he plays. So, it's just, I don't know. I mean, it's like, it's so much talent on that team. Even with the defense. The defensive linemen, we got 5 starters already that are number 1s. And then there's, these young rookies like in the guy Villagos. Villalago. Villalago, and as well as can't think of the other guy, Demontre Moore.
Oh yeah, he was a surprise.
That they may actually, it's these guys, if they continue to progress like that, I'm telling you, I think somebody like DJ Jones might be on the chopping block, because right now, Street is out there playing, just coming off of a rehab Achilles. So he really doesn't have his footing all the way under him yet. But Buddy, when he does get it, and I mean, you could look at him, he was, he was still pushing the pocket, even playing kind of slow because of playing on the rehab Achilles. But at the end of the day, he's going to be a monster, man. He was slinging offensive linemen like they was rag dolls at times. And as far as, being late on some of the plays, you could expect that coming off of an Achilles last year. We didn't see 100%.
No, James, Street was rebuilding his knee.
Yeah, he tore it up. He tore it up last year on a workout for the Giants. He would have been a number 1 pick, man.
Yeah, he's a first rounder.
Had he not tore that knee up, he worked out for the Giants, and that's when he did it. But, it's like I say, it's a lot of young players, man. And even, here's what I was trying to say, even with the first 5 draft picks, Armstead all the way down through D-Buck and all in the Nick. Now, at the end of the day, you still got Taylor and Street. That's 7th, and really not going to keep no more than 10 D linemen. I don't think so.
And Ronnie Blair's going to be in there. That's almost guaranteed.
Right.
So, yeah, I can't imagine.
Then they still, unless they come up and, put 2 people on you can't IR them and take them spots up if they're not injured. If you put them on the practice squad, somebody's going to go after them. So, like I said, I think
and a lot of those guys they're not even eligible for
Sheldon Day, Ronbo.
Yeah, he's in,
Sheldon Day is going to be another one. Yeah, he's going to be in there. Sheldon Day is going to be in there, definitely. But, I mean, like, between DJ Jones, getting that.
And, James, we got to stop because it's late. And I'll be back tomorrow.
Man.
All right, fam.
All right, man. Thank you for what you do. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Have a great evening. Thank you, man.
Thanks, James.
See you.
Appreciate you, Phil. And we roll on over to Phil. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, I tell you, I'm just, it's funny to be brought back down to earth with just about a few words. Kyle Shanahan comes and says, yeah, I know they look good, but they got a lot of work to do, and I've seen a lot of things I did not like. Okay, Coach.
Well,
you
know what?
tell
I
him.
agree with Kyle.
Yeah.
First part, he's trying to fire up his team to play better, right? So you got to expect that. And then the second thing is, they didn't play that well, for the most part.
They had moments. You're right. And then they had those other moments, too.
Moments, but they had a lot of penalties and things like that they need to clean up. But the bad part is, for Dallas Cowboys fans, I'd be really embarrassed because you
how many penalties?
First string.
How many guys sitting down? And they couldn't do anything more than score.
I counted as far as the key players, 25.
We had 28 total. So I was telling Dre, I think there's around 30, 31. I was close. 28
I
guys.
had 25 on my list that I had said that didn't play
that should have been suited up.
Played substantial time in a regular game. So, you got to look at it that way.
Yeah.
The other thing is,
28 though. But go ahead.
Dante Pettis and Marquise Grissom are going to be the starters on day one.
Goodwin.
I can guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goodwin.
Well,
he's going to be. Those are going to be the starters on day one. Hurd and Debo are going to be role players for specific plays that Shanahan has in the playbook for those guys.
Yeah, because he wanted to go with Trent Taylor, too, in the slot. You're right. Phil brings up something that's going to be very apparent. Shanahan's going to go with the guys that he's been working with for the past 3 years. Rookies aren't going to just come in there and take jobs this year.
They know the system.
Yeah.
They know the system. They're not going to make rookie mistakes. Those are going to be your starters. You're going to have one or two plays for each player that is in the playbook. That you're going to say, okay, Jalen, this is your red zone play, and we're going to go to you as the first resort. But, for the most part, he's going to rely on the guys that he's seen for a full year or more, and he's not going to rely on one game in a preseason game when you're going against second and third string defensive backs. Come on.
It's just exciting seeing the potentially they could take a job, but not right away.
Well, no, I think
so
Debo
right,
and Hurd are going to be big-time players for the 49ers in the future.
Oh, absolutely.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. This is promising.
Could be as early as next year.
But as far as offensive line goes, I would not be surprised if Day or BJ or Street, I'm hoping not Street, but one of those guys gets traded for an offensive swing tackle. I would not be surprised because you're going to have to cut one of them.
There's a strategy.
So I think there's room there where the Niners can make a trade for a better tackle with one of their defensive linemen that they're going to have to cut anyway because they got too many of them. And you've
talented,
got nose guards,
you
got BJ, you've got Day, you've got Street, you've got who else is it? Taylor. 4 nose tackles that play maybe 20% in a position that plays maybe 20% of the time. Because when you go nickel and pass defense, they're not going to be in there. You're going to have Solomon Thomas in at the tackle. You're going to have Eric Armstead in the tackle. You're going to have Ford and Bosa on the outside. So you got 4 guys for one spot that plays 20% of the time. You're going to make a trade, I think. If
Phil,
you can.
You open up this can of worms. I got a question. You know what? there was a rumor out that Solomon Thomas was on the trade block right around mid-season last year and the draft. Remember that?
Well,
Now, I don't
he
know
ain't
if it was
getting traded.
true,
I
and the
looked at
49ers kept denying it, but
the cap prohibits him to be traded. All right,
Solomon Thomas?
Armstead, yes, and Armstead is gone after this year. All right, let's get over that because he's got $9 million cap hit. He's got a 1-year contract. We are $500,000 over the cap for next year.
It's a nice distance. Yeah.
So when I go through and I did all the cuts that I thought when I went through, everybody's going to make it.
Yeah.
We're going to be $8 million under the cap. All right, for next year.
And then the rollover is going to
Brett if he has a good year.
Yeah.
Still got to sign some guys that are on 1-year contracts that you're going to have to pay if they perform.
It's a scary time.
So why would you put the investment in Armstead when you've got Solomon that you're going to take an $8 million cap hit if you don't keep him?
That's true. Phil, we're going to have to pull up. It's late. I'm late getting in here tonight, so it's getting late everywhere. So, Phil, but good stuff, though. You got my brain stimulated on that. You know what I mean? Let me be back tomorrow, okay?
I try.
That's got me. I'm thinking now, what are they going to do?
But anyway, we got to think about, long-term, short-term. I think the Niners do, but the thing is,
Phil, we got to stop. Save that thought, Phil, because we got a lot of people waiting to get hung up in this system. So let me see you tomorrow, okay?
All right.
All right, Phil.
Okay, man.
Night, Phil.
All right, later.
All right, let's 424. You're in Culver City. Hello, Culver City.
Hello.
Yes. Hey, Culver City. What is your name?
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
It's Chris. What's going on with you, Ronbo?
Chris, man, I'm sitting up here. We're thinking about what our wide receivers, and Phil just brought up a pretty interesting point. Chris, do you think? And did you get crazy with that game, thinking like some of us were thinking about? I see we got 2 starters now. I don't think Debo and Jalen. I don't know if they're gonna start, but they sure didn't look good, didn't they? But go ahead. What was you gonna say, Chris? Chris, we lose connection?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
No, I was just going to say, man, I was kind of like a lot of people on but I just want to point out a couple of things. First of all, shout out to Grant Kahn from the Front Democrat, man.
Okay. Chris?
Feel like a lot of the stuff we've seen on the game was stuff that he's talked about in training camp. I was excited about Debo. I was excited about Jalen. A little bit disappointed about Dante. I really thought he was going to step up this year and do his thing. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people did. You know what I mean? But it looks like he might be a little soft. And also KB, man, I was a big fan of Kendrick Bourne. I think a lot of the faithful like KB, like his attitude, like the momentum that he brings. You know what I mean? The vibe he brings. But he's just also another one just seeming to not grasping the opportunity. Kind of like Dante. I mean, that drop ball that he had was big in the game. That was one of the, he came back, he caught one a little bit later on, but that one drop was really, really big, and it seemed like Kyle basically went back to that play. I've watched it a couple of times, but he basically went back to that play, the same play that KB dropped it. He went back to that and had Jalen run it, and it was kind of nice to watch. I mean, somebody who really enjoys football, enjoys the meaning of fighting for a spot on the 53-man roster. I mean, everyone got to really kind of watch that unfold in front of their eyes. You know what I mean? You got to see Kyle say, okay, you don't want to make that catch, you don't want to step up. Well, let's see if one of the rookies will do it. And, the rest is history. Jalen went out there and did his thing, and I think that was very, very impressive to see. Marquise Goodwin, I think this is going to be his final year with us. He's just kind of like fading out a little bit. I don't. He's been pretty quiet in camp. Haven't heard too much from him. It's a shame what happened to Taylor. I know that changes things. I think we'll probably end up keeping Matthews or Bourne because of the Taylor injury. But I think without the Taylor injury, I think both Matthews and Bourne are probably on the outside looking in, along with Richie James as well.
Yeah. So who are your 6? Because I think maybe you got rid of too many.
No, I got we got Debo, right? We got Jalen. They're going to be there for sure. We got Taylor, right? And then we also got Marquise, right?
Yeah.
And then who else? Who am I missing? I like.
Well, you just named 4. So who? Give me 2 more then.
Well, subtracting KB, subtracting Jordan Matthews. I don't see him really going. I don't really see him going with too many more than that. I personally think that they might dabble with Poindexter a little bit. I really do. I think even though he's kind of been quiet, look for him to get a few more opportunities. Pettis is going to be in that mix as well. So obviously they're going to hang on to him. They're not going to give up. Yeah, they're not going to give up on him right away. But the Poindexter kid, keep an eye on him. He's had a solid training camp. He's made a lot of good catches. He makes the most out of his time. He's got a good energy about him. But if KB doesn't step up in the next few games, like I had hoped he did, honestly, he might really be on the outside looking in. The Poindexter kid, they're going to get him at pennies on the dollar, and he's a big target, 6'5", a big red zone target. And I think something that from what I've heard.
Now they got a lot of tall guys. You got Kittle in there. You got Jalen Hurd, and if you want to keep Jordan Matthews, Poindexter, I do want to see. Like you say though, we've not seen a lot, and they targeted him, I think, once during the game. So hopefully he gets more targets in this next game.
Definitely. I believe he will. Another little insight before I get off here and let somebody else get on, but. They're not going to show it a whole lot in the preseason, but I promise of telling you, the 21 formation, you will see tons of Mr. Ross Dwelly and Kittle out there at the same time in 2 tight end, single back formation. You will see that. Also, Austin Walter, I believe he will be in the mix. Unfortunately, as I like to say it, I'm not going to go ahead and put it out there as an official report, but look for Jared Kennan to possibly start the season on IR, leaving another running back position available for someone like Austin Walker might be going in there.
He's tough. I like him. He's better than even I thought. All right. Good stuff, Chris.
He is.
Chris, we're going to go, Chris. Appreciate you getting in,
fam. Having me on, brother. Big fan of your show, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, fam. Look forward to hearing from you tomorrow if you get a chance. All right.
All right.
And let's go out to play a partner point 5 down in SoCal. He will.
What's up, man?
Oh, Will, man, it's so much fun. We're not a team that is going to be allowed to overreact. We've had legends roll up in this organization down through the years. We have some of the greatest football players of all time. Kyle's right. We need to look at these guys. They look good. Will, they're 49ers. They're supposed to look good. What we've had the last few years is an abomination. That's not 49ers stuff. Now we're starting to look like 49ers. And Kyle says when they do something for an entire season or so, then let's get excited. Meantime, chill. Basically what Kyle's saying. Woo! I love it. Will, what are you thinking about? You got a number 1 receiver picked out yet? Also, I want to know about that. I still think it's going to be Pettis, But Pettis has got to change his attitude, but still, he's got the tools if he just asserts himself. But go ahead.
Well, yeah, man. You're right. I mean, someone can be a number one receiver, but it's so much talent. Hold on one second. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, clearly.
Okay. Yeah, it's so much talent on the team, man. Like, it's gonna be hard to find out who's the number one receiver. So, like,
is.
I mean, you got Taylor, you got Pettis,
The two,
you got Bourne,
Debo and
man,
Jalen.
all them guys. Yeah, deep man. It's so much talent, man. I mean, like, Kyle Shanahan can really play Madden with his football.
I know.
Like,
I got Dwelly and Kittle over here. They looking good. I got Tevin Coleman. I got Matty B, one of the best guys who could run this stretch probably in the league. I mean, they got Jimmy G as my quarterback. Boy, the Raider fans, don't talk to me about Derek Carr no more, man. I'm telling y'all, stay off my social media. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, man, like, for real, man, like, you just hit the X button and have Kittle go in motion alongside Jalen Hurts and Debo, put them in trips, trips formation, and just have them run all over the field, man, just score plays, man. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm like I say, man, it's gonna be amazing, man. Man, I'm sorry, Ronbo. My girlfriend is bothering me while I'm trying to talk to you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Now she's going to really be mad because you shared too much information.
But yeah, man. But yeah, man. Overall, man, I think Kyle Shanahan gonna have a good situation on his hands. So much talent on this football team, man. Like I say, we really don't need a number one because all this talent on the team, man. Everybody can contribute. Everybody can make plays. Everybody can get their yards, get their touchdowns. I mean, because you got to think about your running backs too, man. You can turn them into receivers as well. So I mean, that's a lot of players on the team on that roster that can do that on offense. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but you know what? He could be playing mind games because, like you're saying, Kyle probably thinks the same way. But he wants them all to reach the next level, and in order for that to happen, they have to, in their own mind, believe that they are the best of the whole room. I mean, in the best of the whole room. And when they start thinking like that, then we can get Dante to come out of a shell. Because Dante's mentally not where he should be. He's got everything else.
No, it's not.
And the rest of them, Debo and Jalen got all the confidence in the world. Let's see what they look like when they get popped by one of these crazy dudes on another team. These are things that are going to develop and have to evolve.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Dante Pettis needs what Jalen Hurts got. I mean, Pettis need to get bit by a Rottweiler and then just turn into a dog.
Oh.
You gotta look in the NFL, man. These receivers, they're gonna get caught in the middle of the field, man. They're gonna take hits. Yep. But you gotta be a dog, man. You gotta take them hits, man. I mean, it's the NFL. You're gonna get hit, So that's what Bourne got. Bourne got the ability to catch a football and take a hit, man, and keep going. You know what I'm saying? So
smiling. Yep.
But yeah, man. But anyway, man. Like I say, man, we got a lot of talent in this football team. And I ain't worried about no Dak Prescott. I don't give a damn about ESPN showing nothing but Cowboy highlights. The main thing is the whole world saw Dak Prescott not score a touchdown on us, and we didn't have none of our starters in. So So with that being said, Dak don't deserve no $30 million, no $40 million because he couldn't score a touchdown against the second team.
Will he turned it down?
He don't deserve it. He don't deserve it. He's not a top 5 quarterback. He's not. He's a tier 2 quarterback. Tier 2. He's a tier 2 quarterback.
At best, that might be a little too much. Shoot, Dak turned it down. Dak, what do you expect? Oh, I would not. I'd be looking for something to draft next season, man. Ooh.
Yeah.
Man,
Dak, Them Cowboys ain't shit. They stuck between a rock and the hard place with that damn money they got. You know, they gotta pay Zeke, they gotta pay Amari, and they gotta pay Dak. They ain't gonna somebody gonna beat our man out. I don't know. We'll find out, but that's some sorry ass Cowboys. So we ain't gotta worry about that though. We good, we straight.
Well, we got to pull up. I'm going to tell you what, fam. I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm going to try my best. Stop being late getting in here. All right.
Ronbo, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out
Appreciate
to my TNT fam, my player partner Trey Triz, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Daniel, Real 49 Hits, Russo, Shay Lewis, man. Fuck the Rams. Fuck Rudy. They lost the Super Bowl and they only scored 3 points. And they scored 3 points against the Raiders this past preseason game, and they broke.
I'll wait for that bottom line, boy. And I will.
All right, man.
Yeah. I want to add one more thing. And I'm sure Jerry Jones has already looked into this, but does paying bail money actually count against the cap? Hey, Clarence.
Hey, Ronbo, you there?
Clarence, right here. Clarence, come on in, man.
I just heard what you said. That's hilarious. Dude, they'd be over the cap every year if that was the case. Anyway,
I tell you, they're a comedy team. But Clarence, man, you know what? We have got a receiver core that Kyle Shanahan is almost begging and pleading to get somebody to step away from the rest of the group. Maybe there's not a real capability amongst these guys to step away from each other because they might be somewhat similar and equal. But there maybe that one guy, if there is something within him, can pull himself and distinguish himself from the rest of the group. George Kittle's already done it. But are there any wide receivers? I think that's what Kyle's talking about. But yeah, your feelings on all this stuff, Clarence.
all right. So, obviously, Debo and you heard, it's a wrap. Whether it's the first preseason game or whatnot, they've shown what heart they have as receivers, barring their ability, which is incredible. Well, like I said, when Hurd just bull rushes, linebackers into the end zone.
Oh,
like
love
that,
it.
he didn't roll into the end zone. He bulled his way into the end zone. There's no doubt about that. So whoever said that they pushed him into the end zone or he rolled into the end zone, not happening. And then Debo, with that ability to grab and snatch balls, he's our 50-50 guy. That's the bottom line.
And a 50-50 guy's only 5, maybe. I think he's 5'10", 5'11". That's not a big, tall guy. But when he goes up, those hops explode. Woo!
Yep, and he's got strength.
And
he's got that big boy strength. He can snatch balls out of the air. He's got great hands.
And that's the best thing about it, Clarence. He hasn't got that grown man strength yet. He will soon. He's got to start working out with guys like Anquan Bolden and Navarro Bowman. I want to see those Navarro Bowman arms on him and Bolden arms on him later.
And as far as the rest of the receiving core, I think I agree with James there with Goodwin. I think Goodwin and Bourne are the two guys right now. Are the two guys that are. I think Richie James Jr. is in. I think even Jordan Matthews is in, especially since Taylor's injured. If Taylor wasn't injured, I flipped the script. I'd say maybe Matthews and Goodwin. Yeah, because Goodwin's trying to also train for 2020.
Yeah, the Olympics. But that could be good for him because his speed is going to be up.
No. Right. Goodwin's still, he's a decent route runner. He's got good straight line, obviously excellent straight line speed. But now, is he the fastest guy on the team still?
Oh, by miles. Well, wait a minute. Marquise.
I thought Breda ran like 4.3 something, didn't he?
Yeah, Breda, he won't smoke Breda. He'll beat him, but he's not going to smoke him. The rest of the team, he'll smoke. But yeah, because he still approaches a 4.2. So, and also Tavares Moore, he won't smoke Moore or Breda, but he'll beat everybody
Right.
on the team. We're talking about the fastest guy in the NFL next to Tyreek Hill. He hasn't raced Tyreek Hill yet, and that's the only thing we're
chickened
not
out
real
calling you
sure.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, well, Hill had other issues.
Tyreek Hill chickened out. What's up with that?
It's hard to get embarrassed. Some guys, Marquise Goodwin's the kind of guy, he's an Olympian, right? So this is the kind of guy that'll get on the track with anybody. And Tyreek Hill doesn't have that kind of mind. Hill would probably lose to Goodwin just for that reason, too. But you know what?
Probably blow him off the line.
That start. If you know about track, don't you? It's always in the start. It's always in the start. The guys are that fast. But
always in the start.
Yeah, but Goodwin.
But
Goodwin has a function.
that's part of that receiving core. It's like I said, it's strong. We're gonna drop probably 2 decent people off of there.
No.
And then the D line. Oh my God, D line is like.
Woo!
I don't know, DJ Jones. Yeah, he could be on the chopping block because I know that the Villago guy or the Villaga guy. That guy was impressive. Even though granted, second string, third string, fourth string, but regardless, these are NFL caliber players we're talking about. So
yeah, you can't take it all away from them.
All of these doors guards, and then Mr. DeMontre Moore, I think is that his name?
That's him.
Yeah, that guy.
He looked good, didn't he?
Yeah.
So Clarence, what you want to do?
Yeah,
we want to get DeMontre and Valoga. His name is Jeremiah Valoga. Get him in the game earlier. Everybody should be curious on the roster, on the staff. Get those guys in there a little earlier, and let's see him against some higher level competition. Because if Valoga could get in on the second stringers, that changes the dynamic of everything on that team. You now have that auxiliary guy. Now, because you never know. You could need him. I can't wait till next week or next Monday night.
For sure. I know. And it's Monday night. So, I'm going to, even though I'm working and everything, I'm going to see if I can try to get down to Dove Valley to go watch a practice. I'm in Denver. So
okay.
I'm gonna see if I can get down there. I can't promise anything though.
Well, try to get there. We want to know what's going on. You're gonna be our eyes and ears, Clarence. Let's get that done.
I will try to do my best. Like I could always easily get the Denver perspective on how they said we look. So we can definitely go from there and get that. I can probably get that opinion more easily than I can going over to the stadium. Or
by walking into any establishment, most likely. Good. All right. Clarence, pleasure.
Ronbo, you have a good night.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Thanks. You too. Great to hear from you. Talk to you later.
God is good all the time. You have a good night, Rondo.
You too. Thanks. And let's get it over to JT and see what's going on with him. JT.
What up, Ronbo?
JT, man, we're going to have lots of drama as this team develops. You're looking at your defensive line, and we're going to get feelings hurt at the end of this month on a number of I can't imagine how many times the wide receiver core, as much as we keep thinking we're going to keep 7 guys, Phil mapped it out just a few days ago. The math won't work. We're not going to keep 7 wide receivers. And then you look, is Marquise Goodwin going to possibly go to the IR so we can possibly keep either Austin Walters or that other kid they just signed for 1 day? And he looked like that? And we run out of running backs every year, JT. We get down in the week 15, 16, 49ers are having to call up whomever from the practice squad to compete this weekend against. What? Everybody's out? Oh, my God. So that's worked out well for us, though. So we've seen some great talent because the 49ers never have bad running backs, it seems. Well, Carlos Hyde was somebody they inherited. But since Carlos left, I've not seen one bad running. I know. Carlos fans, I'm just saying. He couldn't beat out the guys we got on this team right now. I think Carlos is on another team already, too.
He's playing with the Chiefs right now.
I know, poor Carlos. I think it's a 2-year contract. I like Carlos. JT, let me stop. What do you got to say about everything that's going on here?
Well, first things first,
I just want to say I haven't talked to you since since I saw the game. I thought just like I always thought. I thought the rookies was gonna show out, and sure enough,
You was right.
they showed out and basically showed the veterans how to do it. And I didn't really expect that, but I was kind of a little bit baffled more than anything. I thought the defense stepped. I thought Street looked good. I thought DeMontre Moore looked good. He stood out a lot to me.
Constantly.
Dre Greenlaw had a nose for the ball. He was everywhere. I like Dre Greenlaw. Tim Harris. That boy, I like Tim Harris.
I was wondering if anybody else noticed him but me. He looks like he's that far. He could be fixed. He could be developed. He missed on a couple plays by only split seconds, and he was in a position to make a pick. I like guys who know where they're supposed to be, and I like guys who get the right jump on the ball. You can't teach that, JT. That's instinctive.
Not only that, I forgot to mention Marcel Harris, too. He was right there, too. He nearly picked a few, too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I seen this one play. He tried to hustle for the ball for the interception. He almost got it.
They're close.
I like that. I like hustle. I like that hustle in them boys. Valaga, Jeremiah Valaga. I like him. Everybody's talking about him, but he stood out a lot to me too. Ronbo.
I put him up on my Instagram.
And you were just talking about that little running back right there. Oh, I like that running back right there, Ronbo. He is nifty.
Austin Walter?
Nifty.
Yeah.
Yes, Austin Walter, number 33. Oh, shit, Ronbo. Excuse my language. But I heard a caller just the other day talking about he wasn't happy with Jet McKinnon. He's not convinced with McKinnon. He kind of made me think about that for a minute. And, I ain't trying to say too much about it because we ain't even seen McKinnon yet. I still want to see what McKinnon got,
Same here.
But I don't want to have to wait towards the end of the season to see what he got. So I'm ready, we're ready to roll right now. And I heard the hell out of that when he said that. And, that Austin Walter, Ronbo, we can use him, and he's short and nifty. He can cover some ground.
When you're 5'8" and you weigh over 200 pounds, you played football before, JT? When you try to, you ever play up against guys that are small and heavy like that? It's like you can't get a grip on them, and their strength is like trying to deal with Chucky. It's a grown man in a small body. It's heavy, and you can get hurt tackling those guys. If you don't hit them right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
it's going to be a good year. And for the segment, the question to the segment. What's the segment? Who is gonna break out from the rest of the receivers? And I'm gonna give you the answers to that.
Give it.
I think Debo.
And it's a good guess too, because they've got the right mentality. You need to have a Debo and Jalen Hurd mentality to emerge. You've got to really believe that you are the shiznit. And I worry that Dante doesn't have that kind of attitude, and he needs it. We lost JT. That's good. But this is my thing. I wish I could get Dante. We could take him to a shrink or a psychiatrist or a guy that could hypnotize, and take him under and say, "All right, Dante, when I snap my finger, you will be the biggest diva. But wait, you'll be a diva, but nobody's going to know except for you. And you're going to remain a guy that worked with a team. When I count to 3, you will be Dante. You will be another Dante Pettis. 1, 2, 3. And Dante comes up. Oh, I'm late for practice. Justin, go ahead, man.
I'm sorry. I have allergies right now. It sucks.
You what?
I have allergies right now. It sucks.
Oh, that was a sneeze? Was that what that was? Justin, hey, what is your take on all this stuff, man? I mean, Kyle Shanahan's already come in and said to back up. Don't be telling me that my receivers are already where they're supposed to be yet, and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
But what are you thinking?
I have a grievance with you, Ramona. Why are you allowing people to talk down about Pettis? Why? Why?
No. Justin,
Why no defending? Why no defending? Because I heard five
I
calls
agree with
last
some of
night.
it. I agree with some of it. You know, Justin, he's got to be a little more tough. That's the thing. And when he does, he's going to get all kind of respect. But don't let people think that you're afraid to go across the middle. Don't admit to it, and he did. You know, and get out there and make the hard catches. And do what you can do. You're the most talented guy in the field as far as receivers go. I really don't think there's anybody more talented than Dante Pettis. But you've got to do it. Do it.
I get that, but man, this guy had our only touchdowns last year for our receivers.
No,
besides Goodwin, that was
he's
it.
good.
I
He's
understand
good.
that. He's good, man. That's what I'm saying. Y'all got to give him a break, man. You know. He's not going to go a lot on preseason. I understand you guys, the receivers, they're excited. But honestly, man, the receivers did all right. They did all right. The only one I saw was
I agree.
only receiver I saw that was made my eyes okay, was DBO, and that's it. You know, I heard it got two easy cross routes. One cross route and one. Of course, when Mullins threw it up, you already knew that. I think it was Beffert or someone. He threw it up. You know dang well Purtle was going to get that because the cornerback was a little shorter than the receiver, and he had more arm length than him. So there's no way Hurd was going to drop that ball as soon as he threw it.
But you know what, though? I got to tell you, Justin, if we'd have been playing the Browns and that was Denzel Ward on him, maybe that catch is not that easy. Because I want to see him play against some blue chip corners. And if he can still do that, we got something now. So we'll see. Yeah, well, we're going to see him this week. I think Denver's got some pretty good cornerbacks. They'll be watching Samuel and Hurd close. So we'll see what happens.
That front seven defense, man, we're set, man. Those backups, DeAndre Moore, man, I don't care what anybody says, man. You know, if we got to, he has a rough spot. That guy, he's a beast. DeAndre Moore, he gets off easy on the edge, and he can, he's a good run stopper, too. That whole entire defense, his backups, is set. They're really good. And then Greenlaw, my God, he's just attack mode. When that play hits, he's attack mode. I'm just saying that right now. Greenlaw is going to be one of the best linebackers, if not in the next 5 years for the Niners right now. So he was a good pickup. It was a good draft. It probably was a steal, to be honest. So we'll see.
He had an injury, and that's why his stock went down because his 40 was too slow, and people had really huge mistakenly thought he was he couldn't compete in the NFL. He's got a lot of speed.
Yeah, and then I heard today from the on Channel 3 there's a sports guy. I don't know how valid it is. They said that Verrett may not be able to go week 1, and Witherspoon got the knock for week 1. So all y'all Witherspoon haters.
Wait a minute. Because of his ankle injury?
Yeah. Yeah. So all y'all Witherspoon haters. This guy, I'm telling you, man.
Spoon has got plenty of time to tune up too. I really think he's going to make adjustments because I still believe in him. He's been doing well. Let's see what he does because he screwed up the other day.
Yeah, it was one of those things, I think Witherspoon, played it off with. That's the thing, you disagreed with, a lot of times because I'm I don't get why these cornerbacks are playing off, too many off. They should play, very, upfront, aggressive, not letting be physical and not play too off because, honestly, when you give the receiver too much space, they're gonna get open. They're really gonna get open. You may cover up and go over with them real quick, but there's no you give them too much space, they're gonna get open real quick, and that's the problem with the 49 cornerbacks right now. They're giving too much space, and I'm hoping Sherman can stop playing so off sometimes because But I see that was an issue for him too. So I'm hoping, I'm praying.
Well, you're going to see a different Sherman this year anyway. But the thing is, there's a technique that they're using. You need to know what you're doing in that technique, like Sherman does. And I hope Sherman teaches Spoon a little better. You've got actually you've got some dots in front of you, and you got to connect the dots. If the quarterback, it's a long explanation, but you can still jump routes, which is what it's designed to do. But you need to be able to do that. You need to be able to read the quarterback, read the movement, and be able to make the play. So we'll see.
Yeah, you can't have cornerbacks being like Greg Maben over here, okay?
Maben will never get it.
Button every single run.
Yeah, he'll never get it.
Christ, man.
Justin, we gotta go.
Yeah, see, man.
We're gonna go
all right, man.
as you know, it's late. So I'm gonna see you tomorrow, huh?
Oh it's pretty late out here. All right, good night.
All right, fam. And let us go now to. I'm getting my. San Francisco says. 424 Culver City, California. Culver City. Come on in, Culver City. Remember, guys, sometimes we'll take a little while to get to you sometimes. We'll get there. All right. I might as well finish this one I was going to say before I have to come back to it. Tell Dre that he needs to download the NFL app, and as long as he's not on the Wi-Fi, he can stream the game to his mobile service, and that sounds like the commercial. All right. That's true, Dre. All right, we're going to try Culver City again. Culver City. Hello, Culver City. Hello. Did we try Culver City earlier? I think Culver City's out. All right. 424, Culver City. All right. Hey, Shon the jeweler. Come on in, Shon.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, Shon. In fact, Shon, Kyle Shanahan echoed sentiments I know that you appreciated when he says, I've seen a lot of mistakes out there as well. Sure, they made a couple of plays, but I mean, I can tell you some things they didn't do right too. I said, Coach, that's the way you do it. Keep them down on the ground.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to allude to yesterday. And he's absolutely right, man. He's absolutely right. It's an open market right now for that wide receiver core, man. It really is. We touched on that yesterday, and when he came out and said that, I had the fist pump in the air 'cause that's how I was feeling, and so it was obvious. You know what I mean? It's not like I said anything magical. You know what I mean? But it was obvious, and it wasn't just me. There's a few other guys who nailed it, and I think you touched on it. But, there were definitely some bright spots, but there's a lot of things that needed to be said by Shanahan. And these guys, it's, and you hit the nail right on the head, man. We got some of the all-time greats come from this organization. So these guys need to play like they come from an organization that's created some all-time greats,
Absolutely. We don't get excited about every little thing, and you got to climb above that ladder. But you got a real plateau to reach.
One thing, and I've said it before in the past, and I know I'm the only guy who's touched on it about this, about the wide nine, and there's some guys that they came back and they're a little upset for the comment that I said about that we got to worry about the C gap when it comes to the wide nine, and when they were busting those runs on us, I don't know if guys understands, like when it comes to wide nines, there's certain gaps. You got A, B, C, and D gaps, and they were busting us on the C gap consistently over and over and over. And I wanted to mention that yesterday, but I got so caught up on the wide receiver cores and things like that. But with a guy like Dre Greenlaw, which is a fucking missile. He's that guy, and remember, I don't know if you remember this conversation, but I was asking you, who's going to be that guy to fill that void? And this is where I got to give you your props, Ronbo. You said Dre Greenlaw. I don't know if you remember, but you said Dre Greenlaw might be that guy. You said that during that conversation. Anybody could pull that tape back. So I got to, I give props where props is due. And that was at a time where we really didn't know about Dre Greenlaw other than his highlights and from college and things like that. So I just wanted to give you your props on that.
Well, thanks. I read Run and Chase. I watched some of his tape. I don't know what the scouts were looking at, talking about he hasn't got enough speed because he had an injured leg. But Dre Greenlaw can run, and he has got quickness. And you can tell what he did in the game.
Yeah.
The guy's all over the ball constantly.
And you know what? There's a I was a little hard on Kendrick Bourne yesterday. Okay?
I was
a little hard
too,
on KB
and that's my
yesterday.
guy.
But here's what we missed though. Here's what we missed, and this is where KB's hands, the strength of his hands, came into play. And he had his moments where he was clutch last year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But do you remember during the game where we got that penalty and we ended up being what was it, like 1st and 20, 1st and 25 or some shit like that?
Yeah, that's happened many times.
He
yes.
made he made that play where he picked up 15, or actually I think he picked up maybe like 13 or 14 yards, something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Yep.
But the very next play, it allowed Walters to run right up the middle to be able to grab that first down. So he set that play up for Walters.
He set that up.
Which was nice.
Yeah.
So I got so he did some good things. I was a little hard on KB yesterday, specifically because he dropped that pass where there was nobody around him. You know what I mean? Where it was. Yeah, and you know what? And you know what? I know he wants to take that back.
Mm.
There's a lot of I know, and I bet you he lost sleep because of that. You know what I mean?
Probably hasn't slept since then.
Because he prides himself on his hands. You know what I mean? And there's even not too long ago, Kyle Shanahan was even saying that Kendrick Bourne's got one of the strongest hands on the team. So for him to be able to just drop a ball like that, and when he did it, he kind of looked down at the ball and looked at his hands like, I can't believe I just did that shit.
And Shon, you know what he did? The classic mistake, he was running before he made it. He knew he had grass in front of him. There's no telling how many yards he would have pulled off. He may have taken it all the way down because he had enough distance between him and the defender. Dang it! Oh, God, I hate those.
It's like that guy in the majors that he's known for hitting home runs, and he sees that changeup that's right there at eye level, and it looks like the size of a beach ball.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It was one of those things for him.
Overswings, strike three. Yep.
Yeah, but at the same time, hey, he got to step up though. You heard Shanny today. He's really got to step up. So, but I just want to top on that, Ronbo. I just wanted to give you your props because you're the one who called and you believe that Dre Greenlaw was going to be able to fill them gaps, even though he didn't really fill them gaps yesterday. But I think what Kyle Shanahan saw for him that he's going to be able to. You know what I mean? So I think they're going to plug that. And when it comes to, that's what preseason's for. Of course, the penalties and see who's capable of making the roster. But
absolutely,
mess up now. So and it's not just a learning experience for the players; it's for the coaches too. So now they saw that C gap is going to be vulnerable like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? So now they're gonna make sure they plug that, and I think they found the guy that they're gonna be able to plug that with, which is going to be Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Which is important.
Absolutely.
But man, I'm gonna jump up
if you're
off
going to run that. All right. Great to hear from you, Shon. Appreciate it. 2 nights in a row we're getting shot. Shon, what you were here last night? Did we miss you last night? The night before last. All right. If we get you twice in a week, it's always a good thing.
Last night, though. You dropped my call. It dropped my call yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Me and several others. Several others, man. So
my apologies again, too. All right.
No worries.
All right, John.
No worries, man.
Hey, thanks, fam.
No
See you later.
Yes,
well, it's a big show. Show!
Good evening, Ronbo. How are you tonight?
Great. Just kind of happy that the coach is keeping everybody grounded and don't anybody get the idea that you're really good. I love it. That was good.
And Ronbo, I want to start off with what do you do when a door starts to squeak, and what do you spray on it?
3-in-1? 3-in-1 oil?
Or WD-40.
I'm sorry. WD-40, that is it.
Yeah. Anyways, my point is that is exactly what I like to equate a number one wide receiver to. Because if you don't take care of your door properly, it doesn't open the door for your offense. You know what I mean? That is exactly why.
Did you design that analogy yourself?
I kind of did, actually, just at the last minute.
I'm impressed.
That is exactly why you keep hearing Kyle Shanahan the past 2 weeks for wanting his receivers to step it up. And I think we need to throw this thought out that Kyle doesn't need a number one out the window, because if he believed that, then he wouldn't have gone out hard after Odell Beckham Jr. the last 2 years. And also he wouldn't have drafted 2 receivers back to back in the second and third round of
In
this
search
year's
of,
draft.
in search of that guy.
In search of, exactly.
I'll buy into it now.
So, yeah, I mean, that is exactly why he is begging and pleading his guys to step it up, because he wants that number one wide receiver to show up. He is desperate for it.
But
because
true. But Show, I just want to piggyback just on that much. Also, remember, when you plant that kind of incentive, you also make everybody play a little above where they are. So if they all go up a notch, it gets crazy. So it's a win-win thing if you're going to plant that seed. So, yeah, I agree.
And that is why we saw the emergence of Deebo Samuel and Jalen Hurd on Sunday or on Saturday night. I'm not ready to crown them number one receivers yet.
Neither is Kyle.
Because right now the way I see it is we have a bunch of number twos. When Kyle Shanahan comes from a offense with Julio Jones in it, he expects them to be just like him. That is why, again, he went so hard after Odell Beckham Jr., because he needs that player to take that pressure off of Kittle, because Kittle cannot carry this offense by himself again this year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. OBJ, yeah. That's true. You know, I got a feeling, though, just looking at personalities and what you see on the field, I think Jalen Hurd may be the exception here. If Dante Pettis had Jalen Hurd's mentality, he would be unstoppable. But he doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to point out to you that you wanted Dante to see it. There's no shrink in the world that can fix Dante, because you either have it or you don't. You know what I mean? It's that black and white.
I just hate that I know how talented he is. I can see how good he is.
He's very talented.
If he just would apply himself.
Have the mentality.
Yeah.
He is not the alpha male that we are after, like Jalen Hurd. I think Jalen Hurd is the alpha male in that receiving room.
Yeah. Because Dante, Dante will be satisfied in the role he's in right now, probably indefinitely.
Yes.
But I could be wrong, though. But go ahead.
Yeah. And don't be surprised if Kyle Shanahan next year starts to shop around again. You know what I mean? Because it's going to take a while for Deebo and Jalen Hurd to pick up that number one mentality, to mature a little bit, yes. And there are a few receivers coming out of the draft next year that have number one quality potential. And I would be surprised if we drafted one next year with our first overall pick. Or we went to free agency.
Don't start. Do not say.
I know.
You know what?
I know.
I'm telling you right now, we're going to bet. If the 49ers don't go offensive lineman in the first round, my name is not Ronbo.
Oh,
telling you right now.
That's actually the top of my list too, as offensive line, safety, and receiver. Those are my top 3 positions that I think they'll go after in the first overall pick next year.
All right.
I'm not cementing that it's going to be a receiver, but that's another option too.
Because you figure we're not going to be at the top of the draft next year. So
no, we're not going to.
Yeah.
No.
So go ahead and get that prize-winning offensive lineman.
Yeah. So yeah, look at the past. Go back to the combine and look at Matt Mayoko's articles, and there's a reason why he brought Wes Welker and Miles Austin with him to the combine, because they were looking for. And I'm not going to be shocked if Dante or Jalen, or I'm not sorry, Dante, Deebo and Jalen are going to be starting right next to Dante on the other side of the field, because that's what Matt Mayoko pointed out before the combine, that they were there specifically to look for somebody to start right next to Dante. And that's why they, again, like I said, drafted receivers back to back.
Could be.
So, yeah.
And I hope so. I really think it depends on how quickly they can grasp the program and everything. If they can get it immediately, sure, that's going to be the case. But otherwise, they'll be brought along and gradually segued in. So we'll see.
And that's what John regurgitated at the combine. He said that they're looking for players who are very intelligent and who can grasp information quickly. And that is why I think they felt Deebo and Jalen Hurd were exceptional with those second and third round picks because they're very smart guys, and Debo especially because he's got a business savvy mind, Robin. He's starting his own clothing line business. He's a graduate and everything like that. So,
you're absolutely right. We're gonna have to stop though because we're keeping it tight tonight because we're late as usual. So we're gonna stop being late though.
All right, shout out to the TNT family and the Nighthawk Fan Club, and you'll have a great night.
All right, thanks, Joe. Good stuff.
All right, take care, all.
Talk to you later. Russo.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Russo. Man, I tell you, it was such an enlightening moment when I slammed open my monitor and Kyle Shanahan is not blown away by his Wookiee receivers. And I read the article, I started laughing. I was like, my God, this is hilarious. He's right. But Russo, what are your assessments of all these developments lately in the clubhouse known as a 49er locker room?
Well, I would like everybody to chill out on this Dante Pettis is no good all of a sudden shit that's going around with our fan base right now, because I'm trying to understand how one preseason game playing with the backups for one quarter, all of a sudden he's not a good receiver or he's soft.
I'm not going for
that. I just don't understand all this. And how many yards and receptions did Debo and Jalen Hurd have in the first quarter with against Dallas's first string defense? Pretty sure nobody did anything. They lit it up, and towards the end of they might have had a catch, you know what I mean, something a little bit, but nobody was really doing much. And towards the end of the second half, and then the entire towards the end of the second quarter, and then the entire second half, that's when all these guys started making these big plays. And I'm all about Debo, I'm all about Hurd. I already know they're going to be good, no question in my mind. My point is you shouldn't highlight the good and then just like all of a sudden Pettis is soft or he's no good just because. Look. Pettis is used to playing with Jimmy Garoppolo. He doesn't get all the reps with Nick Mullins, right? He's not really used to playing with Nick Mullins. He played a little bit with him last year, and he did fine when he came back, right? In the Seahawks team, he did really good. Yeah. But Jimmy G's top 3 targets are Dante Pettis, Trent Taylor, and he likes Marquise Goodwin. Those are his 3 guys. Yeah. And Taylor's out right now. And Goodwin's got an uphill battle to even get on the field right now. He's going to definitely be on the field because of his speed, but it's not going to be like last year. He's not going to be all of a sudden just number 1 on the depth chart. It's not going to be like that. So what I'm expecting is next week, I hope Jimmy G gets to play with Pettis early on, and I'm expecting Pettis to have a very good game against Denver. I don't care if you put Chris Harris on him. I don't care who you put on him.
No, it doesn't matter. He can blow them all away.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know.
I guarantee you Dante Pettis gets his name back next week. And I just don't like the week-to-week, like, hop on board, hop off board with the players. Like everybody, we got to stay with our team. Like we have a really, really good team, and Dante Pettis is a key part to this team. So I just want to kind of pump the brakes on all of a sudden with the Pettis stuff.
But, I think he's.
And you know me, I never come in negative. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just like
I fully agree.
I called him out a few weeks ago. I saw it too.
We all do because you and I and lots of other people, we know he's capable of really tearing it up if he chooses to do so. But, I got to tell you, Russo, I do get the feeling sometimes Dante he's a very humble kid. I got a feeling he's not going to always be concerned about reaching for the stars. If he does, he's okay with that. If he just contributes in a way, he's okay with that too. I really do wish he'd be a little more grizzly and a little more aggressive in his mindset. I just want him to think, I am the best. I just want him to think like that. That's all I ask.
I'm right there with you, and I fully expect this to still happen. I didn't even come close to jumping off board on Dante Pettis, so I fully expect him to do well. And actually what I'm assuming is going to happen, like I heard a caller earlier, was like he couldn't even name 6 guys. Apparently he's cutting Kendrick Bourne, Jordan Matthews, Trent Taylor, Pettis is barely on the bubble, and watch out for Poindexter.
Yeah.
No, none of that is even close. That's not even close to true, anything he said. But I'm expecting Pettis to be out wide flanker, and then I would say Debo and Goodwin will rotate at the split end position. And then now that Trent Taylor's out, that's going to give way more reps for Jalen Hurd, and I think Jalen Hurd has and if Jordan Matthews makes his team, which I'm changing my tone because of this Trent Taylor deal. And I'm not sold that he's going to be ready week 1. I just don't believe that.
Jordan Matthews? You meant Trent Taylor. Yeah.
Trent Taylor. I don't think he's going to be ready week 1. And
No.
with the early bye, there's like every reason to just kind of sit him. So
Yeah, actually.
I'm kind of on this Jordan Matthews train, all of a sudden, a little bit, because I don't really want Richie James playing meaningful snaps on offense. I'd be more comfortable rotating. I'd be more comfortable rotating Hurd and Matthews in the slot and
He is
rotating
worrisome.
the trio of Goodwin, Devo, and Pettis.
Yeah. I bet you're right, too. Because like I've said, Kyle's going to want to go with guys that are kind of somewhat at least, no matter what their talent level at this point, he's going to want to go with guys that are kind of polished in his system. So he doesn't have to sit out there and pull out all his hair over kids that are just now trying to grasp and they still don't get it. Even Kendrick Bourne, to some degree, may have an avenue.
I think Kendrick Bourne's going to have a better game, too, actually.
Yeah.
I think he went from like a guarantee for me to fighting again. Like I think the way he still makes the team. I don't think he's out, but I expect him to play better.
Yeah.
Whatever that's worth, I expect him to play better. Yeah, I know he can.
Yeah, he's better than that. As I say, he made the classic mistake. It happens every now and then. I didn't think it happens to people after this point, but Kendrick was running for the TD before he caught the ball. I think he took his eye off the ball for a split second.
It was kind of Kendrick. A fluttery pass too, and it was like a weird pass. It wasn't like it wasn't lead him perfectly.
In.
Like he definitely should have caught it. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm not a Kendrick Bourne jock rider, trust me. But I can see how that ball was dropped. It was a little fluttery, and he kind of had to stop his route, but he still should have caught it. But like I understand a little bit. I guess I can say.
I know. All right, Russo. I'll talk to you this after we get through. I'll send you a note. All right, and I'll talk to you later. All right.
All right, bro. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to my Team T fam, Nighthawk fan club, everybody in the chat. Go Niners, bro. All right, I'm out.
Thanks, fam. All right, Night Rousseau. And we now move over to he is the hey, what I wonder what weight division we're gonna put. Let's put him in a heavyweight division. The heavyweight champion of the world. He hails from anywhere he wants to. He is Roberto! Roberto!
What up, Ronbo?
Hey, Roberto, your headphones sound a little better today than usual. I can actually hear you.
Man.
What'd you do? You got some new phones? All right.
Hey! Chilling, man.
Roberto, man, I know... I see you were talking about ESPN because they won't cover us, right? Right.
Oh, yeah, they be hating. Yeah, ESPN, yeah.
Well, that's all right. Hey, Roberto, they're going to be talking about the 49ers a lot in the next few months, so they don't have to talk about us right now. They can save it. We don't care because we got some butts to kick, and we will be where we're supposed to be and get the respect that we demand. The 49ers, Roberto.
Oh, yeah.
We've been asked for long enough, and we're back. We're back. We're back. Not all the way. We're back. You know what I'm saying?
Man, how about that win we got, man?
I know. It wasn't anything. You know what, though? We need to probably chill out on that, Roberto, because it was fun because it was the Cowboys, but it was a preseason game. And there's no game plan, no first stringers, guys that...
Yeah, it's like a practice.
Yeah.
To see who's gonna make the team and
that's it.
And see what we got.
Yeah.
And see how we gonna look this time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We gotta make cuts and we gotta see who's gonna be doing what. Roles are being established right now.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna be for this. This guy's gonna be for this.
Man, but what about these? Yeah, but what you said about Debo and
Jalen
Dre Greenlaw.
Oh, Dre Greenlaw.
Dre Greenlaw
man.
And Debo. Woo,
yeah.
Man.
Those guys.
And the boy Hurd. Wow.
remember, Roberto, it's now we call him Ya Heard.
Yeah, Hurd. Yeah. It's like Ya Heard.
Hey, you know, this is the thing. If we could be like, put three guys in a laboratory, Roberto, we could be Frankenstein doctors, right? I'm gonna put Jalen Hurd in one seat, put the electrodes on top of his head. I'm gonna put Dante Pettis in the middle, the electrodes on top of his head. Let's see, who else? Go ahead and put Debo on the other side. That's a give. And I want them, I want the energy and juice and mentality from Debo and Hurd. And it hit the switch. Bang, bzzz,
Bang, bang.
and I want Dante to get up, talking smack, and being rough, throwing the ball in the face of the guy who just tried to play defense on him. 15 yards, number 18. Oh man, you kiss my. Hey, you want 15 more? I'll eject you from this game. I'm standing right here. All right, coach has got to come and get him. You know, I want Dante to get nasty, be a little bit mean. Don't kick any puppies, but beat. You know.
Yeah, he's gonna start petting his little cats. Start babysitting the little cats and get to work, man. Like, come on, man. Acting like a man, acting like a dog and not a cat.
But wait, Roberto. DeForest Buckner has a very small dog. Maybe it's okay to have a small pet or kitty, but you can still be a mean guy. Buckner's mean, but Buckner's not really mean though. He's just tough.
Yeah,
big.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Defo to tell his dog to pet us a little bit to get him straight. Like I'm gonna Defo should tell his little dog, hey little dog, Dante Pettis, because you got bite him a little, man. You gotta act like a dog.
Hey, but I got a better idea. Have his dog chase Dante's cat. That will piss Dante off. Then we're gonna see Dante get mad. I just want to see Dante. I want to see some anger and emotion on his face. He always looks kind of relaxed, stoic. Yeah. His face never changes. You know, he kind of looks like, okay. All right. He reminds me of guys that smoke a lot of weed. You know what I mean? He's always calm and relaxed. I want to see him get emotional shift. I want him to stare somebody down. You know, after a guy tries to play defense, I'm gonna stare at him like, what are you here for? Because
what you know? Why are you here for? Like, come on, Dante. Come on, Dante, wake up, Dante. Wake up, man. Come on, wake a little bit. Wake up. Are you like having nightmares or are you like daydreaming or what? Wake up, man. Come on. You're in the game, game day. Damn.
Roberto, he's going to be all right. Someone's going to sneak in. We're going to give him some mean pills. We'll get him. Roberto, it's late. I got to tell you, let me see you tomorrow. And again, I'm going to promise to try to get in a little earlier.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Ronbo. Hey, I gotta say something, man. Hey, Bird Boy, don't cry no more, don't cry no more. Bird Boy, don't cry no more, don't cry no more. Go to sleep, little baby. Peace out, Ronbo. See you tomorrow, man.
Right,
Peace out. Not again. We going 16-0. Peace out. Running go.
Good night, Roberto.
Should we 6 deep on the ground, man? Peace out. Not again. I'm out. Peace.
There we go. Let's go check out Kenny. Hey, Kenny.
What's up, Ronbo?
Kenny, you know what's up, man. We are building toward, we can clearly see our future now. The defensive line looked ridiculously good. Our wide receivers, even the kids, are stepping up according to the competition they were playing with. They were fine, right? We know that Jimmy G is going to lead this. I got to tell you though, Kenny, I'm saying this now, so maybe I can get props for it later. Is Kyle Shanahan trying to stimulate the market by saying to everybody in the media, "I've not made any decisions yet. As far as I'm concerned, they're dead even." Who are you? Kyle, who are you talking about? I'm talking about my quarterbacks. Who?
Yeah,
really?
I heard someone. There's someone named John Chapman on this thing. He said something about Kyle Shanahan's not letting Spike, our quarterback Spike, throw because he doesn't want no one to take him off the practice squad. So.
One of those guys is one of the guys is not going to be with us between Nick and CJ.
Yeah.
If he's going to keep Spade, is it Spade or Spade? Yeah.
I wanted to see what he had, man. I want to see what we got in Spite, but
they wouldn't let him throw the ball. Kyle
let him
wouldn't
throw
even. He threw one pass.
Yeah.
I think. One.
You know, I watched the game the other day, and after the game, I watched the show that day of, and then I watched the show the day after. Man, I kept hearing people say, "Calm down, pump the brakes."
Yeah.
Man, I've waited all fucking off season for some 49.
Not pumping no brakes.
Ain't no motherfucking way I'm pumping no brakes, and I ain't calming down for shit. This is San Francisco,
Drain
baby.
the fluid.
49 football's back.
That's
I don't care
right.
if it's preseason. Yeah,
Take those brake shoes and
Jalen Hurd, Julian Taylor, Catavia Street, Wisnowski. Let's go, baby. Woo! Yeah.
G'day. That's what I'm talking about. You know,
that's
but
right, man. I ain't calming down. Hey, I've been on this show for years, man. Everybody who knows me knows that I get pumped. I don't care if it's preseason, man. I get fucking pumped up.
Even when he's not wearing that helmet.
Yeah, man. Ain't no way I'm calming down, man. I thought Jalen Hurd and Deebo Samuel looked fantastic, man. And I ain't worried about Pettis at all, man. I think he's gonna be our number one still. And
I do too.
Goodwin be a number two. If they don't trade him, I'm still thinking there might be a trade involved there. But with Trent Taylor going down, that might not be happening now. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I want to see them practice against Denver and then play Monday and kick some butt. And yeah, man, we should be pumped, man. We got a good team now. You know what? We had a home run draft this year. Everybody in the Empire should be
First
pumped up.
5 rounds. And Timmy Harris, he looks pretty good to me. I saw his movements on that field. He's got talent. I could tell immediately. So maybe every last pick was a homer.
Exactly.
Dang. Yep. Kenny, if I'm thinking this team, there's some people that I kind of lost it. I got to get back to you on this one. But for now, the 49ers, it's kind of hard to see who's going to be on that defensive line. But we are going to have to lose at least 2. And it's worrying me to death because every time I see these guys play, you worry that you're going to get rid of the wrong guy. There's a couple of guys there that are Catavia Street is on this team, and you know the guys on the front line 4 are already on. And the linebacker crew is, the linebacker crew won't be hard to pick up or figure out. But man, there's some things on this team.
The Cowboys people have said the Cowboys have the best offensive line in football, man. We went against them last week, and them boys, man, they tore it up, dude. And so, man, we should all be excited. I'm looking forward to the week 1, but we got to get through preseason first. But anyways, Ronbo, good stuff, man. I love your show.
Thanks,
Ronbo
Kenny.
Sports is day 1, baby. Hit squad, Not Off Fan Club, all my peeps, Ronbo Maniacs in the chat. 13-3 because we got Jimmy G.
13-3 because we got Jimmy G.
San Francisco, baby, let's go! Woo!
He's on fire. He's loving it. Thanks, Kenny. Hey, and guess who else is still awake? He weighs in at 235 pounds. He's only 5 foot, maybe 9. Hailing from Ohio, it's Braden. Braden.
Well, if it isn't my favorite guy, Ronbo Sports.
We were looking for you actually the other day. And as a matter of fact, I haven't checked my Twitter, but have you seen your Twitter? I sent you a message.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Right Hey, we were trying to get your jersey to you, and here you are just now saying, okay, I'll check my messages. Braden. You've got to be responsible. Even at 12 years old, you've got to make sure to keep an eye on messages. As if I could tell anybody I'm the worst, but I don't want you to be like me. Pay attention to your messages.
Okay, I will, Ronbo. Thanks for letting me know that. So that was very important. Thank you.
This is what I love about kids today. They're all smarties, you know. Hey, Brayden. Hey, listen, Kyle Shanahan says don't get excited about Jalen Hurd and Deebo Samuel just because they had good games the other day. Are you still kind of excited?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah.
Really good wide receivers, and I've seen they made some big impact at the Cowboys and 49ers preseason game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you?
And nice talent.
Mm-hmm. Do you know any Cowboy fans?
Well, I have a friend who is a Cowboys fan. It's a girl.
Yeah.
And other Cowboys fans, I'm not sure. I mean, in the group chat, Texas boy, but yeah.
Texas boy.
Other Cowboys.
Yeah. I just wonder because now, Brayden, you're 12 years old. You've probably only been dealing with, we call it smack talk. You know what I mean when I say smack talk, right? Smack talk is when the supporter of another team likes to make you feel bad about your team if you're not winning. And Brayden, you just joined us, or just probably joined the Empire recently, that you could comprehend it. And we've been taking a lot of smack talk for years. Brayden, you're going to have to practice your smack talk because in the years and months to come, the months to come, I think we're going to have a chance to talk smack to the people like the Cowboy fans. Let's see. Where you are, Bengals fans, I've never heard a Bengal fan talking smack, and they should, because we have a history with the Bengals, but I rarely run into a Bengals fan that's talking smack. They're really kind of, I guess they're mostly about the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's who they hate the most. So, yeah. But anyway, Cowboys fans are still going to be talking smack about the Cowboys versus the 49ers, and that should be, our turn is coming up. Yeah, so. Anyway, we got the competition between C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullins. Brayden, at the end of the 4 weeks coming up, we got 3 more games, is Kyle Shanahan going to finally pick Nick Mullins or C.J. Beathard? What's him pick? Who he picks? Brayden?
Between Nick Mullins C.J. Beathard.
Now remember, not who you're going to pick. Who's Kyle going to pick? Because he won't tell us right now. Yeah.
Cool. Well, what Shanahan will pick will probably be, I'll probably guess Nick Mullins.
See? We all think that he should, but I am not sure myself. I'm kind of concerned. You know, Brayden, 2 years ago, we picked up, you were just a tiny guy. We picked up C.J. Beathard for a third-round pick. You know how valuable your draft picks are, right? So if you use a third-round pick on a player, you want to develop him, especially if he's a quarterback. Nick Mullins is an undrafted free agent. We just invited him to camp to see what he could do. Nobody knew he was going to look like he looks now, but he does. So do you give up your third-round pick? Third-round picks, you just don't throw away a third-round pick. Or do you take who's probably the better quarterback and maybe a higher ceiling in Nick Mullins? Hey, Brayden, you're gonna be a coach in the future, Brayden. You've got to make these tough decisions right now. I live for messing with Brayden. What are you going to do, Brayden? Are you going to keep your third-round pick because they're very important and it took you wasted that pick otherwise? A third-round pick into the garbage. Oh! Or do you think team first? Actually, I already gave you the answer, didn't I? Team first. Take the better talent.
I would just mostly keep the third-round pick. It's more of an important choice than the other one.
I talked him into it. It was an investment you can't waste, right? I mean, you don't get a you get a third-round pick every year, but the undrafted free agents, we see them every year. We got 2 now. I think Spate's an undrafted free agent. So, All right, Braden. So I said that in order to make a bet with you. Whichever way you go, I'm going to go the other way. So we can say, I told you so. So, Braden, if we keep CJ Beathard, you could say, okay, Ronbo, I told you. I will say, we'll keep Nick Mullins, Braden. So I can tell you, Braden, I told you. You could be right. I could be could be getting myself into a corner here. But anyway, Braden, what else do you want to say tonight about the 49ers? Anything else? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking about one of them linebackers, Azeez Al-Shaair.
Hey!
Young draft agent.
Good player.
Yes, I think he'll make this bigger impact this season on the defense, along with Alexander and Nick Bosa and Trey Greenlaw and all those other defensive players I should know.
There you go.
And on the off, yes,
Real
we
quick.
have to look out for Sean.
Who?
What'd you say, Ronbo?
No, I said real pick because we're out of time. But I like your choices. And you notice Al-Shaair. All right. Go, Braden.
Yeah, and Kendrick Bourne.
Our guy. All right. Braden, go ahead and get some sleep. I'm gonna see you tomorrow if you get a chance. We'll see if we can get to you earlier too. All right.
All right, Ronbo. It was good talking to you tonight.
All right.
Also
Check your message.
you on Twitter.
Yeah, you'll see my
jersey.
message already there. We're trying to get you your jersey. We need some stuff from you. So go ahead and get that information to us, and we'll get it to you. All right.
All right.
All right, Braden. Have a good night.
Shout out to all the chat. Have a good night. Especially Roberto, Russo, Trey, Big Show, all of them. Texas boy, just quit talking trash about the Niners, and I'll be one. You're always going to be in the group chat.
All right.
And I'll see you all, and good night to you, Ronbo, and the rest of the people in the chat. Good night,
All
Braden.
right. Good night, Braden. All right. And Nighthawk is still amongst the wake. Hey, Nighthawk. See, I spoke way too soon. Oh, City of Compton. Hey, 310. Us, Compton.
Hello?
Who is this?
Hello?
Yes, hello. Yes.
Ronbo?
Yeah. And what is your name?
Remember me from yesterday?
What is your name again?
Alfredo?
Alfredo. Of course, Alfredo. I remember you from yesterday, and I remember you said, wait, I got to go.
Yeah, as soon as I unmuted myself, the computer said bye-bye.
Did it really? I'm sorry. You know, Alfredo, we're having a little problems with that. So, yeah, that's and it's out of our control. We would never do that to you on purpose. It was an accident. So, okay. Hey, Alfredo, well, what did you had something you wanted to say yesterday. What were you thinking? What was on your mind?
How do you feel about, what's his name? Fred Warner.
Steal Alfredo. He was a steal. We got him in the 4th round, and he was one of the best linebackers. He should have been nominated for one of the Rookies of the Year candidates. Guy was great. I love him. Are you a Fred Warner fan?
I like him.
Yeah, all right. We got another
I like
rookie
how he
this
played,
year.
though.
You like what?
I liked how he played.
Wait, give me that name again.
I liked how he played.
Oh, how he played. He played really well. You know, he had over 100 tackles this year, last season, and that's up there in the top 10. So he's going to do better than that.
Who's your favorite? How do you think our D-line's going to be doing?
Alfredo, that's a fun question. You know, Alfredo, we have a thing going on right now. We're looking at, on one side, you've got D Ford. You got in the middle, you got DeForest Buckner. And outside, you're going to have Nick Bosa on most of the time. This year, maybe not all the time because he's rookie. But we figured at least 10 sacks for D Ford, maybe 10 for at least 10 for us, DeForest Buckner. Everybody's going to get at least 10. So we figure 30 plus. Maybe there's going to be some linebackers that get a sack. Maybe a safety's going to get a sack. We figure somewhere around 40 sacks this season.
That'd be good. But also,
Yeah.
but expect I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Which
you know
one?
what Jaden said?
Braden, you mean? He just got off the phone, you mean?
Enzika Yosa, whatever his name is.
Oh, and Zocha. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's good.
You know, we haven't heard anything about him this year, which is very strange. He's on special teams. I got to tell you, Alfredo, are you a Zocha fan? Because I think he could get cut. Because I got Dre Greenlaw, David Mayo, David Mayo, Dre Greenlaw, Alshar. Whoa, man, he's really. Those are three linebackers that are trying to fight for a spot, and then you got Quan Alexander, and you've also got Fred Warner, of course. Not Emmanuel Mosley, but Elijah Lee. We got a lot of linebackers, and some of them are just not keeping up with the rest. Elijah Lee might not make it this year, and Zocha might not make it this year. We definitely got to keep Al Shar. Wow, man! Fredo, did you see that hit he made yesterday? I mean, can you watch the game again? You got a replay?
What game?
For the 49ers game.
No, I don't have replay. I'm saving up money to buy it though.
Okay. Because anyway, if you could watch replays, you're going to want to see some of these 49er games more than once next year. You can actually see them on YouTube sometimes at some point. Alfredo, are you from L.A.?
No, I'm from. I was born in San Diego, but I live in Bakersfield.
Yes, your caller ID is very strange. Your caller ID says you escaped from Compton. I said, what? It says you're from Compton. So I said, huh? As soon as I said, because yesterday
I have two caller IDs.
Oh, you got two caller IDs. Well, hey, Alfredo, now why would you have two caller IDs? Are you on the lam? What I mean, are you hiding from somebody?
No, it's because.
It's what?
It's because I'm using my mom's phone. Because my phone is dead.
Oh, well, you got to charge it up. I mean, a lot of people do that. You got to charge that phone up. When you see it get down to, a couple of bars, you got to go put the plug in. That's okay. You'll learn. Anyway, Alfredo, what else?
Richard Sherman.
Oh, you Richard Sherman? Yeah. We're lucky to have Richard Sherman.
I don't like him.
You don't like him? Alfredo, how long have you been watching football and enjoying it for how long?
I don't keep count.
See, because Richard Sherman was really the enemy 4 years ago.
I know, he played for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
He made fun of Michael Crabtree.
Oh, yeah? Oh, look at you. Because I figured you probably hadn't been paying attention until maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But you know about the war going on between the 49ers and the Seahawks, and Richard Sherman in particular, down through the years, was one of the worst guys on that team. If you're a 49er fan, we hated him more than anybody on that team. And now
he's a trash talker.
Yeah, I know. And now he plays with us. Hey, by the way, Alfredo, everybody wants to know, are you Italian? Like Nick Bosa and Jimmy G?
No.
What are you?
No, I'm not.
Are you Latino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mexican American.
All right. Yeah. La raza. I tell you what.
Who do you think which type of, do you think we should draft defense or offense?
I'd say probably offense. Next year, offensive line, Alfredo. Got to have an offensive lineman.
You think offensive line?
Yeah.
I think we should draft safeties and cornerbacks.
Look at Alfredo, man. Alfredo's, and you're probably right. You know what, though? I'm worried that we don't have enough quality. Alfredo, we need a center really bad. If something happens, this year to our center, we're in real trouble. We're not real unfixable trouble, but it's going to be a little bit of a problem.
Well, you know that guy from the Giants? You know the center from the Giants?
Yeah, he gets hurt kind of easily. And if you're going to play the center position, you can't get. No, he's good actually when he's healthy. But we don't know if he's going to make it. We got Garland playing for him instead, so we'll see. And somebody said he might make it back in time, so we're going to see. Maybe he's okay this year. I'm really worried about that. So.
What do you feel about our wide receiver position?
I like our wide receiver position. We got guys that can do the job right now. We got a couple of guys, the new guys, might be able to go to the next level. We got to wait till they develop a little further first, and then we'll see. But right now, I like our wide receivers.
Goodwin got hurt. We only can have Trent Taylor broke his foot.
Man, no, I just heard about Goodwin today. I didn't know he was hurt. Yeah. I thought he was just something minor. His lower body of some injury or something.
He's going to be out for 6 weeks.
What? Goodwin?
Or he should be.
Wait. You heard Goodwin's out for
Goodwin.
6? Trent Taylor. Yeah, no, I know about him. Yeah. If he's lucky. That's a very serious
injury. I heard
injury.
about Goodwin.
Yeah, I just heard about him. He said he's hurt lower body of something. All right, we'll find out. Alfredo, hey, good to hear from you, Alfredo. I'll be back tomorrow if you got time. Let's talk some more, okay?
I'll try.
All right, looking forward to it. Have a good night, Alfredo.
I'm confused.
Huh?
Wait, I'm confused.
Huh?
You know how you have the app?
Yeah.
Do I need to message you for the pin, or is it in the live feed?
No, hey, no. As soon as you open the app, you'll see the phone number, of course, and you'll see the pin number should be right next to it. Okay. So this should be located right there in the app, so you can get that.
Okay. Have a good day, Ronbo.
Yeah, you do, Alfredo. My pleasure to talk to you too. Have a good night.
Okay. Bye.
Hey, it's Fredo. All right. And, and wait, T. Von 8705. I just realized Fredo's probably asking, why are you guys asking me if I'm Italian? Because, Alfredo is that famous name, Alfredo. I should have told you that when you were on the phone. Alfredo's that famous name of the Godfather. Remember Sonny Corleone, that was his brother, Fredo. Anyway, shouts from VA to the Bay. Niner Empire for life. Magooty 336 heard looks hungry like he's out to prove he's ready to play ball. Yes. And Kenny, our number one pick next year needs to be an old lineman. You know what? Next year's draft, we're all going to be in agreement. Watch. We got number one picks on D-line now. It's time to beef up our O-line because that's how you win games. It's in the trenches. Melee players, yeah, I know, right? I agree. Melee says players were open every play action, wide open, and that. Can't wait till number 10 out there throwing that ball around. That play action they were biting on that play action so bad. I mean, you see Nick, they rolled around and they had nothing but they could have ran for 10 or 15 yards. It was that bad. That's how good the play action, when it's executed right with Kyle Shanahan's system, that's the way it looks most of the time. G will hit them targets. I agree with you, Melee. Roger Villaneda says, had a beautiful dream. Oh, had a beautiful dream, and Jalen Hurd was the nightmare. Hey, Joseph, El Baby, I told that old cowboy wasn't coming back into the chat. I think I just saw his logo. Is he still in there now? No, that Texas boy, he is in there. All right. I hope Texas boy was not being racist. Did somebody say he was being racist? Oh, Mr. Block Eyes 22, what's up? Another Ohioan here. Go Niners. The running game is the key to our offense. And when it comes to Kyle Shanahan's offense, everything is ran out of play action when it's done right. Everything. So you can never tell the difference between play action and a run play. This is what Kyle wants to establish. He couldn't do it last year because the personnel settings weren't right. He will this year. You're going to see a whole lot of difference in this year's offensive play calling than you did last year. I can't wait. And Russo, shout out to Bobby Saleh for the scheme in preseason. Benjamin Gaines. Hey, Suzuki Coupe. It was Suzuki Coupe. Half speed is on purpose. Doesn't want Pettis to get hurt. I really believe that. And I was gonna mention that earlier. Pettis is not going all out because I think he's trying to make sure that he doesn't get hurt. But he's got to make plays here and there. Don't do it all the time. But yeah, it's really hard to see what's going on with there. I'd rather just sit him. You know. Matt S. Shout out from Bend, Oregon. As Matt, what's up? Dave O'Neill. Shanahan is gonna take Pettis catching cameras away if he doesn't. Oh God. Don't admit and send him to his room. Oh. Renee Cruz, hey Renee. This is on Pop San Francisco 49ers versus Kansas City Chiefs next week. Actually, next week is Renee is first. We got to play the Broncos next week. We're hanging out in Denver next week. And then Monday night. The week after that, though, I think it's a week after Saturday, too. Van Life 123s, what's up? And Niner fam, checking in, y'all. What's good, everyone? And Tammy McDaniel, Exum needs playing time. Oh, I do. Exum be laying down the pain, doesn't he? Whoa. Love it. Thanks, boy. Somebody just said you were making racist remarks. I hope that's not true. I am really worried about Weston Richburg, though. You know, man. Local 49ers fans. Local 49ers fans says he's going to check out and see if there's actually anybody working there anymore. Oh, God. All right. Where is, okay, we got to find Texas Boy Stapes. Texas Boy, I hope you weren't saying anything racist. Well, if I find a Texas Boy, now, that's one of my pet peeves. No racism will be tolerated in here. You can talk all the smack and everything you want, but do not make the mistake of making any racist comments. All right, fam. Hit that like for now. We'll investigate Texas Boy. Be careful. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Niners! Elise already went to bed. Antoine, tell her I say good night. Don't wake her up.